struggled through the first half of the game where they turned the puck over. They never seemed to get enough support, Brendan. But at some point in time, everything changed for them, and it was just about making good decisions, skating just a little bit better, support in the offensive zone. You can watch the guys jump in, anticipate what's happening, and they see time and time again, backing one another up, just taking the short side boards away, and then look at the support in the corner. 3 Islander forwards there. That's how Patrick Waugh wants them to play. Again, no play, okay, dump it in behind the net, get in on the forecheck, and then make something happen. So for the Islanders, that's their formula, really, to win hockey games. It's not fancy dance, it's just solid hockey.
Winnipeg Jets won the President's Trophy last year with the best regular season record, and they brought back virtually the entire roster, and that includes one of the best goal scorers in the NHL these days in Kyle Connor.
Oh, absolutely, and why would you change? It was a pretty good lineup last year for them, and they didn't win the Stanley Cup, but it wasn't because Connor doesn't score goals, and he scores them from anywhere. He's just one of these guys that the puck follows him, and when he gets an opportunity, he chases the rebounds, he puts them in the back of the net. Just a tremendous player, dangerous guy. So if the Islanders are going to win this hockey game, you have to make sure you know where that guy is at all times.
Signed a 8-year extension during the afternoon, went out and scored a hat trick opening night for the Winnipeg Jets. So he's already got 3 on the season. But the Islanders won't have to face the other Connor Hellebuyck, not in net for the Winnipeg Jets. Eric Comrie will start for Winnipeg. It'll be Ilya Sorokin again for the New York Islanders. Jets won a lot of games last season, but they split their 2-game series with the Islanders. We've got an early start time for Islanders and Jets this afternoon on Long Island.
Huddle up, get in here. If we're in a bunch formation over here and they're coming all out blitz over there, we gotta go over the middle with it to score. It's just too risky outside.
Right. But how do we make that happen?
I don't know. That's as far as the football parallels go. But Citizens does.
Hi, Stephanie. So nice to meet you.
When it comes to your financial future, huddle up with the team you trust. For me, that's Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
Get more of what you want this season during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Like more off-road adventure with the Sorento. Or Telluride. Or more fun zipping around in the Seltos. Or Niro Hybrid. And new Kia vehicles come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, so you can get more out of every year. During Kia's Fall Savings Event, get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on select 2025 Sorento models.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl is back. So first round, get your go-to. Second, have what she's having. What he's having. Go on, try that new spicy 3-meat sauce. Starting at $13.99 and back for a limited time.
Nate Jones lines things up, checks his Fidelity app, looks to outside analysts to get a second opinion. Nate likes what he sees, and he places the trade.
Talk about easier investing.
Mikey Sherrill's record is clear. In Congress, Sherrill backed higher income taxes, higher small business taxes, and even higher taxes on Social Security. As governor, she won't rule out raising the sales tax.
Are you willing to commit to not raise the sales tax?
I'm not going to commit to anything.
It's clear Mikey Sherrill's agenda will
Cost you an arm and a leg, but if you're a good person, you'll do it.
We can't afford Mikey Sherrill. Mikey Sherrill, more of the same, but worse.
Man, I miss working from home. Tell me about it. I work great from home.
Michael scores! The whole crowd loves it.
I collaborate just fine from home.
Plus goal on home ice.
I like the environment more.
I think I'm more productive at home. Some say there's too many distractions at home. All right, maybe that one's true.
3 for the Islanders, still in search of that first win of the season. The season start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management. Second game of a 3-game homestand, first of 2 meetings this season with the Winnipeg Jets. Today's goaltending matchup brought to you by Audi. Visit your Tri-State Audi dealer today to get behind the wheel of the Audi model that you have always wanted. Ilya Sorokin has allowed 4 goals in each of his first 2 starts. Schedule plays out nicely, though, to start the year with the Islanders not playing again until Thursday after the game here today. First appearance of the season for Eric Comrie, one of the least used backups in the NHL last year, while Connor Hellebuck won both the Hart and the Vezina. But the 30-year-old Comrie in his 3rd stint with the Winnipeg Jets has very good career numbers in limited action against the New York Islanders. Well, Casey Cizikas is awaiting his first shift in what will be the 900th game of his NHL career, all as a member of the New York Islanders.
And that's a hard-working player. That guy there gives it every ounce that he has in that body, game after game, shift after shift. So well-deserved recognition for Casey.
Our puck drops presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals. It's won by the Islanders, and they quickly dump it into the Winnipeg zone. Patrick Waugh starting, Matthew Schaefer and Scott Mayfield on the blue line. Palmieri, Duclair, and Barzal his new line. Right away with a great chance, and Comrie stone Barzal. Palmieri on a follow-up try. Another stop from Comrie. Islanders on the attack on the opening shift. Mayfield, Barzal behind his back for Schaefer, and Comrie swallows it up and hangs on.
What a shift by the Islanders. The wake-up call was made early for these guys. 3 really good opportunities, and you talked about Comrie being good against the Islanders. He doesn't see much better saves than that for a guy right off the bat. Take another look, and oh my goodness, Barzal, what a great opportunity. Just didn't get it up, Brendan. I mean, you got to go in the toy department there, and then, of course, Schaefer with that opportunity. But we got Cal Clutterbuck. Cal, that's a pretty good start.
It's a good start. You know, it's a one draw, and it's a rim in, and away you go on the forecheck, and you see what it creates. Too much messing around the other night against Washington with that puck in the neutral zone. That's a great start.
Good chance there for Heineman trying to track down that loose puck off of Comrie, who couldn't settle it down. Islanders have fallen behind in the first 3.5 minutes of each of the first 2 games. They seem intent on starting with a lead here today. Drouin on goal, and how about a 4th save already for Eric Comrie?
A nice cross-ice pass all the way to Drouin. Didn't get a lot on it, I didn't think, but got it towards the net. But Comrie in good form right there. Didn't overplay it. Watch the cross-ice pass by Horvat. Look at his positioning right there. Doesn't slide too far, Brendan. Makes a nice save.
Well, Patrick Waugh said we're going to try some different things today. We've lost a couple of games. Sometimes you have to try different things, and that means some different lines. Jonathan Drouin back in after serving his 1-game suspension. He goes back with Horvat and Heineman, just like opening night. But Anthony Duclair got the opening shift. He's going to play with Barzal and Kyle Palmieri today. Then you slide Lee down, and you slide Holmstrom down onto the 4th line as a result. So Lee, Pajot, and Shabanov get their first shift of the afternoon.
I liked Lee last year, if I recall, playing with Pajot. It was a pretty good line.
Lee's got the puck behind the net, shoved down by big Luke Schenn. Schenn up the wall, and that's Jonathan Toews wearing 19 for the Winnipeg Jets. This is the rookie Chibrikov. Inside out on Romanov, and he got a good look at the net. Fended off by Sorokin.
Pretty fancy there, quick hands, and goalies aren't getting the traditional little warm-up here, Brendan. You know, give me a little feel for the puck. No, that's not happening, and so Sorokin has to respond with a big save of his own. But look at that, inside, outside, a quick wrist shot, and away it goes.
That's a big one for Sorokin early in this game.
Nikita Chibrikov, super skilled Russian. He's 22 years old. He spent the last couple of years in the AHL. He's only played 5 NHL games before this year. He had 3 goals and an assist. Broken stick for Romanov. This fluttering puck came to the net. Not a lot behind it, but Sorokin able to punch it out.
Yeah, he was looking hard for it, wasn't he? Bobbing his head up and down.
Pajot, D'Angelo, Anders Lee, and the Islanders quickly transition into the offensive zone. Pajot looked at the line. Nobody was there with the D and a change. Schaefer's now in that spot as the Islanders work to get the puck back. Shabanov for Lee. Rimmed around the boards. It's coming to Mayfield. To the net. Never got there. Schaefer going to pinch in. Will keep it alive. His first try was blocked. Second try blocked as well. And it winds up out of play. But just the confidence there of Schaefer, not to back off on that play, but to step up and keep it alive.
So many of the defensemen would have said, oh, let me play it safe here. Not that young man. He says, no, I can get it. I got a couple of quick steps. And doesn't hesitate at all, right? Doesn't try to make a better play. Let me get it at the net.
Took the words out of my mouth, Brendan. That's confidence. I mean, if he gets caught there, he gets caught, but he trusts his abilities and it creates just an offensive zone faceoff and almost a chance.
Listen, I think we were all excited about watching Matthew Schaefer and the way he played on Saturday night, but Patrick Waugh, keep in mind, Hall of Fame goaltender, one of the best goalies to ever play in the game, after the game said, he's exciting to watch. If I'm a fan, I'll pay to watch him play.
Pretty high praise.
Yep.
I mean, you say that about, David, Connor McDavid.
Yep.
Say the same thing about him, right? Okay, he's worth the price of admission.
Here's DeAngelo across the ice for Romanov. Wrist shot on goal. Comrie the save.
This pair of defense has got to play better for me, Brendan. I don't think we've seen their A game yet. Yes, they're working a little bit here and there, but I don't like their the B game, the C game that we've seen so far.
Yeah, a very rare -3 for Romanov on Saturday night against the Caps. DeAngelo was -2.
Casey's on the ice, Brendan, so that's his 900th game.
Casey checks 900, and J.G. Pageau, number 800 for him in the NHL. Not obviously all with the Islanders, but 800 NHL games. Certainly a nice accomplishment for J.G. Pageau.
And one of the best teammates you can ask for. I mean, really a solid all-around player, but one of the best guys you'll ever meet.
On the forecheck, Duclair to the front of the net, just couldn't connect with Barzal. Picked up by Velarde. He'll go the other way.
Pace is very good out there. Clutter ice level, it's always a little bit more obvious.
Oh, it's very obvious how quick the pace is. And Scott Arniel already barking at the Winnipeg Jets bench for them to pick it up.
Winnipeg's 1-1 on the season. This is the first game of a 2-game trip for them. They opened the season a 5-4 loss to Dallas, where they had fallen behind 5-1, almost came up with the miraculous comeback, and picked up their first win of the season Saturday afternoon, 3-2 over the LA Kings.
Kyle Connor with the hat trick, as you mentioned earlier on, Brendan.
Come on, opening night. It's a pretty good start to the season.
Oh, boy. Do you ever have a hat trick the opening game, Cal?
I think 1994, Welland Tigers versus the St. Catharines Falcons.
He had 6 that night. Horvat trying to get this puck back in the defensive zone. It's Vlad Nemesnikov out for Colin Miller. He can fire it. Heineman put a leg down in front of it. Miller, middle of the ice. That shot knocked down by bodies in front, and Sorokin able to track it with Niederreiter kicking to his stick just outside the crease.
Yeah, Niederreiter, there's no way he could hoist that puck over the outstretched pad. He just didn't have any leverage there, so nice save by Sorokin.
Here's Schaefer on the rush, working on Colin Miller. Cut to the inside. Miller separated from the puck and knocked him down. But everybody else went for a change, and Matthew Schaefer tried to work his way in around Colin Miller.
Yeah, and he was telling his partner, DeAngelo, I don't want the puck. I got to get off the ice.
That was tipped by Shabanov, so no icing coming here. 6 shots in the first 4.5 minutes for the Islanders.
Really good start for the Islanders. Skating much better than they did in their first
penalty here against Anders Lee. Just swatted the stick out of the hand of Neil Pionk. He'll go for slashing while Comrie goes to the bench. Pionk trying to keep it alive, but Lee will get the touch and head to the penalty box.
Yeah, tough time to take a penalty. I mean, everything's going in the direction of the Islanders, and lots of pressure, lots of pace, opportunities, and now you're going to lose a little momentum for a while, and hopefully not a goal, Brendan.
And a pretty deadly power play for the Winnipeg Jets.
They were almost 29% last year, tops in the NHL.
Yeah, and there's a you know what, in our day, Clutter, may be the same for you early on in your career. He's like, hang on to your stick.
Hang on your stick, yeah.
Hang on to your stick.
Not these days.
Easy save for Sorokin. He'll have 40 shots like that and be happy.
Ryan Pulock blasts this one down the ice as the Islanders start that penalty kill. Jets power play 1 for 8 on the young season. Scored a goal against the Kings on Saturday in 4 opportunities. Here's Kyle Connor into the zone for Iafallo. Adam Pelech gets involved. He'll try the far side with a short pass for Palmieri. And Palmieri taking his time, eating some clock, and tossing it down the ice.
Good start right now for the Islanders on the PK.
Islanders penalty kill went 3 for 3 against the Caps on Saturday, so that's 5 straight kills since they allowed 2 to start the season. Mark Scheifele almost got to the net. He was disarmed at the last moment by Schaefer. Morrissey, that's out of the zone, and it's offside. Frustrated Kyle Connor slaps his stick as the Islanders almost halfway through the kill.
Now, the entry by the Jets was pretty good, but watch the read in the middle of the ice by Horvat. He's going to shut this play right down. So just take a little look. See, Horvat's in the middle of the ice, backing up. They're going to come in on that next side. And watch Horvat come right to the defenseman. That forced them to go down low. They didn't want to. They wanted to throw it back. So a real nice read by Horvat.
Horvat and Taves, that'll be a fun matchup to watch in the face-off circle today.
Yeah, 2 really good centermen. And I'm interested to see Taves and see where he is with his game. I mean, missing 2 complete years, basically. And, boy, that's a tough time, especially when you're older.
Thursday for Taves, his first NHL game since April 13th, 2023. Here is Taves. His shot blocked by Pelech in front, trying to clear. Pionk able to hold the zone. 40 seconds left on the Lee penalty. Ryan Pulock trying to dig it out of the corner. He does. Flips it. Gloved down by Pionk at the line. Quick little pass. Return to him. Far side. They load it up. Twisted down low by Nyquist. Gus Nyquist to Jonathan Taves. Nothing there as Cizikas cut it off.
Yeah, Cizikas playing high.
Nyquist. Not a good angle. Sorokin made the stop. Winds his way around to the blue line again. Earboards Nemesnikov. Slips a little deeper. Pass out for Pionk. Nyquist. Goal line. Taves right through the crease, but Horvat was down low. Had Nemesnikov tied up.
That was almost a breakaway for Casey.
Lee out of the box. Puck coming his way, but it's picked up by Pionk. Jets making changes. Both D were off the ice. Islanders couldn't get it out in that window as Taves got sandwiched behind the net. Pelech pulls it away. So the Islanders, as you mentioned, it had all that momentum before the penalty, and they were able to navigate through the penalty kill.
Yeah, a real good job. I mean, the Jets never really got a real good scoring opportunity. Some offensive zone time, but that was about it.
D'Angelo's pass was off the skate of Shabunov, and then he followed it up himself. Looked like Dylan DeMello got hurt for the Winnipeg Jets. He holds his arm as he heads back into the play. Meanwhile, up the ice, getting behind, and they score! That's Morgan Barron, who got in behind the defense. Backhand roof of the net, and a 1-0 Jets lead.
Yeah. Romanov got caught standing still as he was coming back into his own zone. As the Winnipeg Jets, you can see a little slip fall there. And Romanov, watch him trying to come through the middle. Now he's caught, trapped. And this is a heck of a goal for a fourth-line centerman. Go to the little fake, go to the backhand drive in here. You can see Romanov sees the numbers. That's bad position, and he absolutely roofs that one up in the toy department. Great goal, great play by the Jets.
Yeah, and Tony DeAngelo without a stick there, too, so he's coming back empty-handed. Alex Romanov blows a tire at the offensive blue line. That's unfortunate, but again, for the Islanders, that's one you don't want to give up. You don't want to give up the first one, especially to a good Winnipeg Jets team.
And it's the fourth line that comes through for the Winnipeg Jets. It's Barron from Kepke at 7:35. Just 2 shots on goal for the Jets. They've got the 1-0 lead as Barzal trying to get it back. Holds on. Palmieri right down the lane, and he just couldn't grab it as he took contact on the way through. Mayfield unable to hold that in. Instead of touching it, they let the Jets play it. Velarde shed most of a hit from Palmieri, and now it's Kyle Connor and Scott Mayfield battling for the puck. Mayfield to Barzal. He'll roll it back. Lots of open ice in front of Matt Barzal with the D changing for Winnipeg. Into the zone for Duclair. Schaefer's an option on the near side. Couldn't find a way to get it through. Duclair stayed with it. Now it's Matthew Schaefer. Pushed off behind the net. Barzal lifted the stick of Pionk. One-timer wide of the goal from Heineman. Ryan Pulock. Below the goal line, Barzal had it roll through. Clear down the ice. This will be icing against the Jets. Well, Patrick Wall's not going to be happy about that goal, but the Islanders came right back out in that next shift and try to get back to what they were doing.
And that was an important shift for them to take away any momentum that the Jets have got going for him after that goal. So he's got to be happy with the start. Yeah, he's not happy because he's down a goal, but his team has come to play this afternoon.
Yeah, but he was not happy with that goal, and kind of wondering what was going on with the 2 defensemen there, but just an unfortunate one to give up for the Islanders after such a good kill.
And I mentioned at the top of the show, Cal, that That pair of defense has not played well, and then they go and give up that goal, albeit maybe bad luck, but still, that's not how they want to approach this game.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. We talk about the lines a lot, not necessarily the deep pairs all the time, as big Logan Stanley going for a run, but Alex Romanov primarily played last year with Noah Dobson. He did play a little bit with Tony DeAngelo towards the end of the season, but it's a relatively new defense pair. Here comes Drouin in down the wing. Pulls up, sets it up. Here is Romanov over for DeAngelo. Had a little bit of space, fumbled that puck though. Owls have been outscored 4-1 in the first period so far in the first 3 of the season.
It's sort of fun, sort of odd to look at number 29 and not see Brock Nelson. It's just, he was here for such a long period of time and obviously easily recognizable.
Here's Nyquist, who sets it up to the blue line for Luke Schenn. Wrist shot blocked down, dangerous area at the ice, penalty upcoming here. And it's against the Islanders. Nyquist taken down by Casey Cizikas. And the Islanders, for the second time here in this first period, will be shorthanded. Interference the call. Morgan Barron has given the Jets the lead.
Hi, I'm Katie Ledecky. As an Olympic athlete, you might think staying healthy is easy for me. Truth is, we all face challenges. Keeping the right mindset is how we achieve our best personal performance. At Catholic Health, the same focus on wellness and prevention that I follow every day is the way they think too. That's why I'm teaming up with Catholic Health to help make healthcare even more positive, proactive, and personal for every person across Long Island. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks, like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models.
See your local Chevy dealer.
Did they ask you to do the commercial too?
Yeah, but they just gave me one line.
Bet like a Caesar. Like, we're going to sit here and we're going to tell them how Caesars Sportsbook is just so easy to use that you can watch and bet thousands of sports events, even some NFL games.
They'll probably show us betting on our favorite players and teams at all the Vegas hotspots too.
Like, we have time for that montage.
I told him I couldn't do it.
They couldn't afford me.
The season start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management. First period, third game of the season for the New York Islanders. They're down 1-0, and now they're down a man with Casey Cizikas in the box.
Yeah, just kind of getting beat to the net. You know, this is just a step late, and Nyquist made that play initially and curled up in the offensive zone. Casey's just got to do a better job getting body position on him.
Casey Cizikas has been talking to Kelly Sutherland, the referee, who made that call for nearly this entire commercial break. They finally just now parted ways as they're ready to start play up again.
I mean, he could plead his case all he wants. That's a penalty all night long, all day long.
Anytime you're looking at the opposition's numbers, you're usually in bad position, and that's where Casey was. And
does it get any leeway for game 900? Refs don't care?
Well, they do, but that one's a little too obvious.
It should.
Kyle Connor plays it down. Scheifele now for Iafallo. Morrissey to the net. Save made. Rebound. A poke check away from Sorokin. Islanders didn't allow a shot on that first power play for Winnipeg. A couple of chances already here on the second one for the Jets.
A good job there by Adam Pelech to stay in front of his net, take away the passing lane.
Good old-fashioned rugby scrum there. Comes away from the pile, and it's Horvat trying to buy some time. Deep into the zone, and he'll just toss it down and let Pajot head after it.
The really good pressure by the Islanders on loose pucks on the penalty kill and power play. They're doing a much better job so far this year of putting pressure on teams when they're not quite set up.
Scheifele on the entry for Iafallo. Able to wrestle that one through, but then Schaefer came in, broke it up, and was chopped down the ice by Pajot.
Another example there.
The funny thing, I was watching Schaefer on that one. He just chopped down the ice, and his first instinct, even on the penalty kill, was, should I go after that puck?
Yeah, there's no question in mind. And you know, a lot of people are copying what Carolina does and Florida does on the PK. I mean, it's just pressure, pressure, pressure.
What's dangerous about that, Bush, is if you don't do it properly, you're leaving somebody wide open at some time.
It looked offside, and it was.
Yeah, it's anticipation, right?
Yep. And everyone's got to be on the same page.
Well, there's Scott Arniel, former Turner Cup champion under Butch Goring, and had quite the first season as the Winnipeg Jets head coach, leading to a President's Trophy, finished second in the Jack Adams voting.
I taught him all he knows. I mean, clearly, he you know what? He was a smart hockey player, great hockey sense, and talk about penalty killing, terrific penalty killer. So no surprise he's succeeding as a coach.
I had him at a World Championship in 2011 and really enjoyed spending time with him. He's a good guy.
Played 730 games in the NHL. Took over from Rick Bowness, who retired after the 23-24 season. There's Taves, 25 seconds left on the Cizikas penalty. Horvat, Pajot, Pelican, Pollock killing. Niederreiter with the puck. He'll play to the line for Pionk. A wrist shot, save made by the left leg pad of Sorokin. Fed to the line again. Taves moves it down to Mesnikov. Pionk snaps one through, save made, rebound alive, and Sorokin lunging over. Pelech got in front of it. Nyquist tried to jam it in front, and they score. He made the pass across for Niederreiter. A power play goal in the final seconds of the kill, and a 2-0 Jets lead here in the first period.
Terrific pass, and Niederreiter, the ex-Islander, and makes absolutely no mistakes. Sorokin couldn't handle the original rebound, and then the Jets just stayed right with it. And watch this pass. I mean, boy, to have the hockey sense, the puck sense, to know that he's wide open all the way there, that's just a great play. And Jonathan Toews, little slide pass, so he'll get an assist, and that's just a good goal.
And if I'm Ryan Pulock there, maybe I face the other way and try and deny that thing. He got his back turned a little bit, kind of anticipating, but if he's facing that puck, make it back into it, knock that away.
Nino Niederreiter, the 5th overall pick in 2010 by the Islanders. And Jonathan Toews, as Butch mentioned, should get an assist on that. It'll be his first point as a Winnipeg Jet.
Yeah, when you're killing penalties, and you're exactly right, Cutter. I mean, you've got to take away passes. That's the best way possible. And you're right, he was facing the wrong direction.
Can the Islanders get their momentum back? Here's Simplikov in the slot. That shot blocked by Josh Morrissey. Romanov had lost his stick in his own zone, so he's way back waiting for this play to come his way. As Tanner Pearson's pass at the skate of D'Angelo. Islanders have numbers here if Simplikov can hurry up. It's Barzal with the puck on the right side. Barzal tried to cut it back. Penalty here against Winnipeg. They're going to get Cole Koepke for interference. They got in the way of Simplikov on his way to the net. So the Islanders, who have tried to kill a couple of penalties already, will get their first chance on the power play. 45
Winnipeg
seconds
penalty number 45.
The
2
goal
minutes
for the
for
Jets.
interference.
The next chapter of Audi performance is here. With Quattro all-wheel drive, you can feel and interiors refined to elevate every mile. One thing's clear: performance never goes out of style. Visit your Audi dealer today and lease the all-new 2025 Audi A5 Premium for $549 a month.
New energy.
Oh my goodness. New fire.
To the front, and they score!
A new season.
I can't wait for this.
Thomas, I hope the people at home are tuning in.
Season Start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management.
You win a pair of tickets to the Islanders-Oilers game coming up on Thursday in the WBAB Islanders Player to Watch sweepstakes. Listen to Roger and JP on 102.3 WBAB Monday morning, 8:50 a.m. and call in for your chance to win. Remember, the WBAB Islanders Player to Watch today is Matt Barzal.
And Barzal always likes a challenge. Like, he likes to play against the top players in the league. And you got, Crosby, you got Scheifele, you've got McDavid, and he loves that challenge, so I expect him to have a big game. He's already off to a pretty good start.
Yep. Power play for the Islanders for the first time. Starts with a clear. Tony DeAngelo is quarterbacking this power play 1 for the Islanders. It's the way it started last game, but by the end of it, it was Matthew Schaefer who had stepped into that spot. Jonathan Drouin back from his suspension. He's on this unit as well. Barzal forced it down the wing for Horvat. Changing sides of the ice for Palmieri. Islanders get it set up, and it's Drouin for DeAngelo. Barzal, goal line Palmieri.
Palm's looking for Horvat.
Islanders 2 for 6 on the season. Went 2 for 3 against the Caps on Saturday. DeAngelo, wrist shot, got through. Saved by Comrie after Palmieri provided the screen. Play continues here for Barzal. Down for Palmieri with some space right off the mask of Comrie. Rattles around the boards. Barzal will hold it in. Tries to get away from Barron. Stayed on his feet. And now DeAngelo. Drouin set up on the near post. Palmieri couldn't fight it through there. So he gives to DeAngelo and now Barzal. Matt Barzal, high slot. Horvat, save made by Comrie. He's got 10 saves already in this hockey game.
Well, it was a good power play so far for the Islanders, and there's a stick coming up. I don't know if that's a penalty because it's kind of a follow through.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, but I like Barzal on the right side, for me personally, because he can see the ice, right? Much like Connor McDavid. Good shot here. That's a good positional save for the goalie.
I like them moving around, Butch. I like them giving different looks.
Yeah, no, 100%.
40 seconds left on the Koepke penalty.
It just makes the defending team have to pay much more attention where everybody is. They don't have the ability just to stand there and say, "Oh, this is easy."
Yeah, your head's got to be on a swivel constantly, and then that's how you lose guys behind you.
Luke Schenn tried to go hard around. Emil Heidemann threw himself into the wall to stop that from happening. Anders Lee picks up the puck. Schaefer now for Duclair. Schaefer again. Nothing for Duclair, who scored a power play goal on Saturday. Loads up a wrister and right into Comrie.
Certainly the Islanders this year are shooting the puck a whole lot more. I mean, fans were screaming at them for most of the season last year to shoot the doggone puck. And so the Islanders doing a much better job of getting pucks towards the net, albeit nobody in front of the net for a deflection or a screen. That's usually Anders Lee, but he had slid off to the side looking for maybe a possible pass.
Yeah, maybe a little awareness there that there's only 5 seconds left in the VP and you're looking to get a shot, maybe take away the goalie's eyes, but I'm not going to tell Anders how to play in front of them.
Neil tried to clear. Palmieri got his way. This one around the glass could be icing, but it was Koepke out of the box, who will race down and wave it off, and he almost found Taves, but Mayfield got back. Then Taves got the stick in the midsection of Mayfield, and he's hurt. He's making sure he has a hold of Taves' stick for a little extra, too. Logan Stanley's blast off the glass, took a funny hop to the near side.
Now, the referee didn't call it because he felt that Mayfield tucked his arm in and held the stick there. Watching him, there's Mayfield giving him a little aggravation.
Dumped around the back of the net. Schaefer met there by Kyle Connor. This rolling puck will come out of the zone. Final 5 minutes here of the first period. Shots are even, score is not. 2-0 Winnipeg lead on goals from Barron and Niederreiter, one of them on the power play. Mark Scheifele on the backhand, right to the slot, and Connor's shot redirected away. Mark Scheifele working on Cizikas. Colin Miller. That one got in on Sorokin and agitated Scott Mayfield. Give it a little extra there to Velarde.
I think there's a little frustration from Scott. He's felt there should have been a penalty.
Luke Schenn comes over to say, "You'll have a problem, you're going to have to deal with me." 2-0, Jets lead it late in the first.
Back when all these great roads were built, some turned out straight as an arrow, others long and winding. Loaded up on switchbacks, hairpins, and breathtaking views, it's almost as if everyone knew we were coming. The X3, X5, and X7, proudly assembled in South Carolina at BMW's largest plant worldwide.
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers today.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Last time you got
sausage, bacon,
chicken, spinach,
beef, buffalo sauce.
What are you going to get this time? Get Domino's $9.99 Best Deal Ever before it's gone.
When investing leads to questions, JP Morgan Wealth Management has powerful tools, research from expert analysts, and a single view of your banking and investing accounts right in the Chase mobile app. When you want to take control of your financial future, the answer is JP Morgan Wealth Management.
When I made my million on New York's Erie Canal, I traveled hundreds of miles by mule.
That day I had to transport myself to the corner store on foot.
We survived harsh winters.
My phone's battery was right there on the edge, 3%.
We ran out of food.
I get there, no chocolate oat milk. Are you kidding me?
I sacrificed everything.
Then I bought a raffle ticket. Now I'm a millionaire.
Hard then, easier now. The Erie Canal $1 Million Raffle. New York Lottery's best odds at $1 million.
Well, there's Casey Cizikas on the left and our own Cal Clutterbuck on the right. 900 games for Casey Cizikas. We used all our fingers and toes. We counted it up. 627 regular season games those two played side by side, and then throw in 72 more playoff games. Cal, it's been quite a ride for Casey, and you've been along for most of it.
Yeah, I mean, to think we played 700 or so together, I feel like we were attached at the hip for the better part of a decade. So happy to see him get this, and a little different look now with me in the 2 box instead of sitting beside him on the bench.
The funny thing is, I said 900, and I'm actually surprised it wasn't more. Yeah, feels like more, doesn't it?
Yeah, I guess there's 1 year on the front end and 1 year on the back end, but those numbers are piling up now.
900 games today for Casey Cizikas, all as an Islander. Ball stays well on Thursday. He'll hit .901, and that would match Brock Nelson. Already hitting Bobby Nystrom territory here today. We sent a nice video message to Casey. Here's Horvat driving in, drew a penalty. Puck still there now. It's touched up. And Bo Horvat's power move to the net doesn't result in a goal, but it does result in a power play.
You like to see that, he puts the puck to the outside, protects it. Watch him, he's going to steal the puck. Now he's got it on the outside. He's protecting it with his left knee, and then just drives towards the net through the crease and draws a penalty. But for me, that's hockey at its best, just protecting it and then driving to the net.
Well, it's just assertive, right, Butch? I mean, you're forcing the other team to have to defend you hard, and that's how you draw penalties. That's how you create momentum in games. And obviously, the Islanders being down 2, they're looking to get one here before the end of the first period.
It'd be a big goal for them, a little positive feedback for the power play, and then, of course, get them back in the game.
Islanders win the face-off, and Morgan Barron's broken his stick off the draw, so only 4 defenders and 3 sticks for the Jets here. Barzal to DeAngelo. Cross seam pass, another one, and Palmieri couldn't tap it home.
Needed to be a lefty.
It's that same play from the Schaefer goal the other night that didn't work out.
Got to get that stick out of the way. It's in the shooting lane.
Barzal was asking the linesman to do it. You could see him while carrying the puck, asking the linesman to go get that stick. DeAngelo, Horvat, Barzal returns it. Horvat a blast right into Kepke. Now he's hobbled. Barron goes to the bench for a new stick. Meanwhile, the Islanders working low, and it's Palmieri. Now Barzal. Islanders scrambling here. Palmieri to go reach for it. Pionk. He'll clear it down the ice, and the referee will go get that stick. Now, I wonder if Barzal wasn't sure that stick was broken, because if the stick's not broken, you can't clear it out of the zone. It's an interference penalty, but if it's a broken stick, you can clean that up and move it away.
That's where the referee's got to chat.
Yeah. Barzal's pass deflected. DeAngelo came to it. Barzal, DeAngelo, 50 seconds left on the power play. Barzal all the way over. Drouin misfired wide, and Barzal couldn't reach it to hold it in. That'll get the second unit out onto the ice. Still with 35 seconds to work with.
One pretty good opportunity, and that was for Palms, and it just happened to be a right-hander instead of a left on that scenario. But other than that, a little bit too much passing for me.
No shots so far. Schaefer with the puck. He'll enter the zone. Schaefer, his shot was blocked. Anders Lee was trying to stay onside and collided with Iafallo.
The Jets bench furious about it. Furious about it, too. They want some calls.
Anders Lee chips it over after he stole it away. Duclair for Shabanov. Now Schaefer. Back to Duclair. In tight. Couldn't get the feed to Anders Lee. 2 seconds and 1. Colin Miller races onto the ice. Schaefer all the way over for Duclair. He fired into a pile off the skate of Lee and out of play. Tell you what, that second unit put some pretty good pressure on there with the limited time they had on that power play.
Well, more shots towards the net, right? Less passing. Don't look for the perfect play. This is a good play by Duclair. Get it to the front of the net. Anders Lee is there. You're hoping for a little bit of a lucky break.
You look at all these plays, that puck's not sitting on Islander 6 for 5-6 seconds. It's on and off, and it's quick puck movement. You can see the Jets having to constantly spin and turn. They're finding the seams. I think this power play is close. They just got to keep getting that puck to the net.
Remember, they didn't have Jonathan Drouin last game, so still trying to work out some of that power play movement. But I'll tell you what, you watch Jonathan Drouin play, he always seems to know where he's going with that puck before he gets it, right?
He's got good offensive instincts, and that's why they signed him. And Casey almost took another penalty there as Taves went down.
But not only that, Drouin playing with Colorado Avalanche the last couple of years knows how to run a power play and has learned how to run a power play with some of the elite power play guys in the league.
Here's Mayfield, a wrister, that one off the glass. Rattles around. Brendan Burke, Butch Goring, Cal Clutterbuck with you here this afternoon. Happy you're with us on a matinee Monday game for the Islanders and the Jets.
You play with a guy like Makar and McKinnon, Clutter, and you learn to move.
And Rantanen, I mean, they had some power play specialists on that squad.
Romanov moves it around for Holmstrom. Cizikas will skate into it. Could be a 2-on-1. Cizikas has Siplikov across. Niederreiter's got good speed and made up some ground there. Turn that into nothing for New York.
Well, Nino's been around quite a while, too. I mean, Connor about the same time as you, right? I mean, so...
No, I did get traded for him. Yeah.
Yeah. Still got some pretty good speed.
Yeah, he was the gateway for me coming to Long Island, so I'll be thankful to him for the years here and this gig.
15th season for Niederreiter in the league. He's going to play in the Olympics, too. He's already been named to the Swiss Olympic team. Each country has named 6 players so far. The rest will come closer to the games. But Niederreiter will play for Switzerland.
Do they have 6 guys, I mean, that play in the NHL? No, seriously, I'm not being facetious. I mean, do they have it?
Yeah, they got half the New Jersey Devils roster.
Oh.
Nico Hischier and Jonas Siegenthaler. And yeah, there's some pretty good Swiss players sprinkled throughout the league. 27 seconds left in this period. Throwing Kevin Fiala, Roman Josi. I mean, there's some.
Oh yeah.
There's some good Swiss players around. They're not going to be able to fill a whole roster of NHL talent.
No. Well, it made really some pretty good leaps from where they were, 10 years ago, where there was, Mark Streit was one of the few Swiss guys, and.
Oh, Timo Meier, that's the other guy I was thinking of on the Devils. They've got 3 Swiss Olympic players on the Devils roster. 19 seconds to go in the period. Matthew Schaefer trying to get away from Jonathan Taves, who knows a thing or two about playing in the Olympics. Schaefer looking for a coast-to-coast rush, and he lost the handle just as he got in the offensive zone.
He just couldn't clear himself and get the puck on the stick where he could make a play.
Situational too, right? Why not? 10 seconds to go. Why not take a run up the ice? Couldn't get the job done. And the Islanders, despite playing what you consider one of their better periods so far, find themselves down 2-0.
If you could eliminate about 5 seconds for each one of those goals, then you would have, looked at the score and you would think, oh, Islanders are up 2-0, because they played really well. I thought they did a good job of forechecking and good decisions out there. A couple of mistakes, though, and now they're down 2.
Coming up, it's the first intermission report. It's brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today. Bo Horvat will be the guest of Shannon Hogan when we come back. And Cal Clutterbuck, no days off for Cal Clutterbuck. He's working the intermissions too. He'll be up with Shannon on the desk here at UBS Arena. It was a very good start for the Islanders. They pressured right off the bat, but they gave up a couple of goals. One on the power play. Barrett first, then it was Niederreiter. Now it's 2-0 after 20.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Current eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $12,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. That's 20% below MSRP.
Bean boots aren't made to sit on a shelf. They're made to be worn, seasoned by the seasons themselves. And the best way to wear them is to just keep wearing them.
This is a meal. The melty ciabatta dippers, so delicious, they have you dipping in sync meal.
Wait.
The fan favorite ciabatta dippers are back. It just feels good at Panera.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 4 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Capability inside and out. How it should be. The Hyundai Santa Fe.
Lease a Hyundai Santa Fe SE for $329 a month, or step up to the calligraphy and get up to $4,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Back here on the Honda Intermission Report, 1 period to play, a matinee matchup against the Winnipeg Jets. Islanders trailing by 2. Bo Horvat joining us outside the Islanders room. Going to break, the guys were just talking about, even though you guys are down 2 goals, they felt like that was one of the better periods we've seen so far this season. Do you feel the same, and if so, why?
Yeah, I mean, no, I thought we took it to him pretty good in 5-on-5. It's just the little mistakes are kind of what biting us right now. You know, it seems like every little mistake that we make is in the back of our net. We just got to clean up those little mistakes and just build off, you know, kind of what we did in that first.
What has been the biggest noticeable difference, you think, on the power play through the first 3 games?
I think we've been moving it quick. Nobody's hanging on to it too long. Guys are moving. Guys are trying to get open, and it's just not stagnant. You know, we're like I said, we're moving it quick, and we just got to, myself included, I got to start burying those.
It's Kids Day. Is it extra special when you have kids to play in these afternoon matchups, knowing that they don't have to race home to go to bed? You're going to have your kids that are able to come, and other Islanders fans who have little kids are able to be here too.
Yeah, it's great for the kids. It's great to grow the game. It's how I fell in love with the game, was going to, you know, hockey games, NHL games, junior games. So, no, and obviously it's special to see my kids on the glass, and anytime they come to the rink, it just puts a smile on my face.
All right, Bo, thanks so much for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We're taking a quick break here on our intermission report. When we return, Cal Clutterbuck breaking down the first period action. It's 2-0 after 20 minutes of play.
The Islanders Intermission Report is presented by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
Grabs the rebound, pushes it ahead, finds the open man, he puts it up, scores!
New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, play your game.
Times change, families grow, and plans adjust. At Ridgewood, we know that life keeps on moving. For over a century, we've been right here with our customers and neighbors, helping to simplify your financial journey and supporting each goal along the way by being convenient, accessible, and committed to our community. For each turn and every opportunity, count on us. Ridgewood Savings Bank.
I'm stumped. Friendly insurance lizard, first letter G. Geppetto?
Come on, you just switched to Geico for car insurance? They knew exactly what you needed?
The friendly people at Geico weren't lizards.
Think European accent, yay big.
Napoleon?
No.
Not even a lizard.
Maybe I can help. No way, it's the Geico Gecko. This guy knows crosswords.
64 across is quibble.
Thank you.
Get more support.
Is that how you spell fracascia?
Get more with Geico.
They tell me we're going to the game, and I have a cameo video from Shannon Hogan.
I heard somebody's getting married.
We love Shannon. She's the most fabulous human.
You guys are going to have the best bachelorette party.
To have that video from her was so sweet. It was just like the icing on the cake.
New energy.
Oh my goodness. New fire.
To the front and they score!
A new season.
I can't wait for this.
I hope the people at home are tuning in.
Season Start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management.
Giant football is on the air.
From the start, the Giants got the offense going, the defense going.
They played lights out.
What a play, the Giants.
This team is going in the right direction.
Welcome into Giants postgame.
Touchdown, Neighbor.
We know who we are, who we have in the locker room. We just got to keep battling.
Finally slammed down by Dexter Lawrence.
Every week they go in and they give everything they got.
Impact plays, folks. It makes you want to go out there and put pads on yourself.
Touchdown.
That was a fun second half.
Thriller.
Thriller indeed.
This is the Honda Intermission Report as we continue our coverage here on a matinee matchup between the Islanders and the Winnipeg Jets. Islanders trailing by 2 goals. And want to let you know that today the Islanders are proud to partner with Prelude to a Cure. Help support their mission to improve research and treatment for those affected by lung cancer by purchasing a 50-50 raffle ticket. Enter for your chance to win half of the pot at Islanders5050.com. Cal Clutterbuck joining us here on the set. Busy first period action between the benches as you were talking about the speed of the game with Butchie up there. What else did you take away from the first 20?
Well, it was a great start for the Islanders. They did exactly what they needed to do in order to put the Winnipeg Jets on their heels. And Scott Arniel, the Winnipeg Jet coach, not only a minute into the game was barking at the Jet bench, telling them to wake up, and wake up they did. But for the Islanders, it's a good start, and the whole first period as a whole really had a great pace to it. It was fast hockey, and you could tell this Jets, that's the way you need to play this Jets team if you want to have a chance. A couple unfortunate plays for the Islanders. Again, kind of giving up the first goal and then another one on the power play. Couple mistakes, and they're in the back of your net. You're down 2-0.
Yeah, that's exactly what Bo Horvat said. He said he liked a lot of what he saw, but if they make a mistake, they're paying for it. That was, of course, the case that we saw on that Morgan Barron goal in the first period, the first goal of the game. Can you take us through it?
Yeah, a couple unfortunate bounces here for the Islanders, but I think, sometimes what seems unlucky isn't that unlucky. If you look at this play as a whole, Tony DeAngelo goes down the wall, he gets hit, his stick gets broken. That's unlucky. If you look at J.G. Pageau and Alex Romanov, they both got 2 feet going forward towards the Winnipeg Jets net. In my opinion, this has been plaguing Tony DeAngelo and Alex Romanov. See how wide apart they are? They're spread. Alex goes out, and he's going out the wrong way. He blows an edge. He's not able to get back. If I'm him, I start skating forward at this point now. Tony goes to the bench, doesn't get a stick, and then Pager's late coming back. It looks unfortunate. They fell down. Yeah, they fell down, but they were kind of headed in the wrong direction to begin with. And for me, bad things happen when you make tough decisions. And for Tony D and Alex Romanov, I think they've spent a lot of time separated. And when you talk about defensemen, you want to have them inside the dots so that you don't give away that middle ice, especially on the rushes, especially against quick transition teams like the Winnipeg Jets. If they can start thinking about just playing their positions and playing D first and foremost and letting the offense kind of come to them, I think they're going to have an easier time. Right now, I feel like they're pressing forward a little bit and they're getting caught.
First period also allowed us to see the Islanders power play again. And you know what? When you do some good things and you move the puck like we saw in the first 20 here, eventually something good is going to happen. They weren't rewarded for it in the first, but a lot to like about the PP so far.
Well, the other thing about the power play is if you don't score on the power play, you want to at least gain some momentum. You want the other team to feel like like the Islanders have created a lot of chances, like they got away with one, and make them feel like they're on their heels. And I think the Islander power play so far this season has done that even when they don't score. Now, if you look at this power play, not to beat a dead horse, but Matt Barzal's on the other side. He's rolling around. Bo Horvat's popping in the slot. A lot of these clips will involve one-touch passing and finding seams, penetrating to the middle. Could Anders Lee be in front of the net on that one? Yes, but what you're seeing here is guys sliding down the wall, and all of these plays are going through the Winnipeg Jets box. They're penetrating. They're forcing penalty killers to look over their shoulder. Guys are moving around, getting open. It's not the same stagnant look, one high, three across, one at the net that we've seen from the Islanders in years past, and it's creating a lot of opportunity for them.
You had said in our pregame show you really want to see the Islanders find some winning momentum. Of course, today's game still 2 more periods to play, but it's not getting any easier the rest of the week, Cal. Cal Clutterbuck going back between the benches, and we want to remind you that there's plenty more Islanders hockey this season. And Saturday afternoon on MSG, that is our next broadcast, because Thursday's game against Edmonton is a national broadcast. But on Saturday, the Islanders are taking on the Ottawa Senators. Another afternoon matchup, live coverage at 2:30 with Islanders Game Night, followed by Puck Drop at 3. That's Saturday afternoon on MSG, or you can stream it in the Gotham Sports app. Stepping out for a break, more on our intermission report as we inch closer to second period Puck Drop.
Bet365 is paying out before the final buzzer.
Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout for hockey. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 3-goal lead, you get paid no matter the final score. Forget the final buzzer and start counting that cash. And with early payout, you could be on your way to a winning parlay.
Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models.
See your local Chevy dealer.
Chipotle just dropped Build Your Own Chipotle.
Let's go!
A mini Chipotle experience at home.
It feeds 4 to 6 people.
We have a lot of food here.
Lots of protein, rice and beans.
Everybody can make whatever they want, and there's plenty to go around.
Absolute game changer.
Kick back when you fake like that. Would you let me go?
Introducing the new Infiniti QX60. True luxury refuses to follow. It leads.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact.
The unmistakable 2026 Infiniti QX60.
Huddle up, get in here. If we're in a bunch formation over here and they're coming all out blitz over there, we gotta go over the middle with it to score. It's just too risky outside.
Right. But how do we make that happen?
I don't know. That's as far as the football parallels go. But Citizens does.
Hi, Stephanie. So nice to meet you.
When it comes to your financial future, huddle up with the team you trust. For me, that's Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
Northville Health Ice Center is the coolest place on Long Island, offering year-round fun for everyone, including public skate sessions, learn to skate programs, youth hockey leagues, clinics, and camps. Visit NorthvilleHealthIceCenter.com for details. Northville Health Ice Center, the coolest place on Long Island. Stepping out for a break, second period coming your way in a matter of moments. Butch and Brendan have the call. And there's my little Superman, Kieran Gorey, flying through UBS Arena today, looking for a big goal to come.
The Islanders Intermission Report is presented by your local Honda dealers. Contact your local Honda dealer for a great deal today.
Did they ask you to do the commercial too?
Yeah, but they just gave me one line.
Bet like a Caesar. Like, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna tell them how Caesars Sportsbook is just so easy to use that you can watch and bet thousands of sports events, even some NFL games.
They'll probably show us betting on our favorite players and teams at all the Vegas hotspots too.
Like, we have time for that montage.
I told him I couldn't do it.
They couldn't afford me.
Everything looks great. I just sign here?
No. It's a big day. Get the big
The what?
Big Pen! Big Pen time! Here we go! Big Pen coming through! Keep it steady, Gary!
I'm trying.
Your big decisions are big for us too. 4-Leaf Federal Credit Union. Let's money together.
Hey, I need a big pen over here.
Get this exceptional offer on select Cadillac models.
Islanders Hockey on MSG Networks is brought to you by Catholic Health. Long live you and long live Long Island. Jets 2, Islanders nothing, getting set for the start of period number 2 this afternoon at UBS Arena. Time now for our trivia question, brought to you by Cadillac. This is a tough one. Who wore it better? Butch Goring or Sparky the mascot? Post your answer. Use the hashtag Cadillac Trivia.
That's a no-brainer. Look, it doesn't fit him. He's overweight. I mean, look at it. He's lost his teeth in the front.
I was just wondering, did you guys go shopping together? Did you bump into him at the store? No?
No. He got his for free. I paid for mine.
Opening night, both men dressed to the nines.
That's impossible. I mean, he must have had someone spying on me. I mean, he wants to be me, I guess.
For those who are wondering, they didn't share the jacket. They both were wearing it independently of one another. So
I could never have predicted that, ever.
That you and a dragon dressed the same? No, that was a stretch. Islanders trailing 2-0. Matthew Schaefer again hit 22 miles an hour in that period, and he seemed to, at least when he came on the ice during that second power play unit, jumpstart things once again when he was out there.
Yeah, the power play didn't get it done, but at the end of the day, they moved it well. They got some shots, particularly the second power play was a little bit better, got more pucks towards the net.
Face-off win for Bo Horvat. See if the Islanders can come out with that same jump they started the first period with. And 6 out of the first 7 shots of the game. And some great scoring chances. Had 4 shots in the first minute of the hockey game to start. See where they've come up with 37 and 36 shots per game. That's tied for second most in the NHL at this point in the young season. Islanders 0-2, Jets 1-1. That's offside against the Islanders as Heineman took it and then took it. A little shove there from Logan Stanley and gave him a little whack. 6'7", 230-pound Logan Stanley.
Is that taking advantage of your size? I mean,
what are you going to do?
Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, that's what you, right, Cal? You go, oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, and for the Islanders, the question becomes, who do you have to trot out there in response?
Yep.
I mean, we've always had Matt Martins and Ross Johnsons of the world, and this version's team doesn't have anybody of the likes of those two.
No, I guess at this point, Scotty Mayfield's probably at the top of the list, but not somebody you necessarily want at the top of the list. Especially being a defenseman.
Yeah, well, you don't want to lose a defenseman and, you know, those guys that fight. You're better off to have a tough guy, for me, that's a forward. Not that you can afford to lose him, but it doesn't hurt as much because you've got 11 other guys.
Well, similar to Johnny Boychuk, he can do it when needed, but he's more of a layer guy than he is a first line of defense.
First minute gone here in the second period. As we often do, we count players on the bench at the starts of periods, and the Jets are 1 shy. Cole Koepke has not come out to start the second period for the Jets.
Well, he got his point.
Yeah, I was going to say they had pretty good first period.
Hit the showers.
Fourth liner.
Yep.
All you need is 1 a game, and you're a pretty good player.
He set up Morgan Barron for the game's first goal.
Well, 1 a game and you're not a fourth liner anymore.
Chapman trying to tip that one on for Barzal. It went all the way down, though. Barzal racing 2 with Colin Miller. Colin Miller comes into the lineup for Winnipeg. They've already been dealing with injuries. Here's Duclair. Good look for Romanov, but not enough mustard on that pass. It was broken up by Nyquist.
Yeah, good play. Shane Nyquist is a good two-way hockey player. He's got good offensive skills and positionally very, very good. Had a horse named after him and ran in the Kentucky Derby.
Of course, you would bring that up.
Well, I mean, it was just there.
Is that where you got the jacket, Butch?
That's where I got the jacket for.
Romanov couldn't get to that puck, but as I was talking about, the Jets, they're dealing with injuries. Hayden Fleury is out. He blocked a shot in their last game. That's why Colin Miller is in the lineup. But this is a team that's already dealing with some big-time injuries. Cole Perfetti had an ankle injury he suffered during the preseason, so he's out. Dylan Sandberg broke his wrist in the preseason, so he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Adam Lowry, their captain, had hip surgery in May, has still rehabbing. They're hoping November for him. So this is a Jets team that was awfully good last year, and then they've dealt with some injury problems already.
Yeah, they're in survival mode. That's I mean, I'm sure General Manager Kevin Dayoff that's what he's hoping his team can just do enough to stay in the hunt and then get healthy.
Well, if this is what a team in survival mode looks like, they're doing pretty well. I mean, they've still got some full-time NHLers in here. I don't see many names in this lineup I'm not familiar with.
Yep, and they brought in 4 guys during the offseason, and Taves, Nyquist, Kepke, Pearson. There's a goal! J.G. Pajot off the face-off in his 800th NHL game, and the Islanders get one back.
Yeah, it all starts with a face-off win by Pajot. Gets it back to the point. And boy, that's a goal they really needed to score. Get themselves right back in the game. Got to feel good about yourself.
It's just a great look by Tony DeAngelo. You don't shoot it for no reason. He finds a lane off the side of the net. JG does a great job making himself available. That's an elite tip. And if you're the Islanders and you play well in the first period, the thing you say in between periods is, stick with it, boys. We're going to get one early here, and they're back in the game.
And DeAngelo took his time. I mean, he was looking, and this is a great tip as Nemenstikov really had Pajot tied up pretty well. So it was an excellent deflection by Pajot to be able to concentrate and pick up that puck.
Tony DeAngelo made that pass, though, went right off the ice and right down the tunnel. So we'll keep an eye on that as Logan Stanley scores. Just one you can't give up. 14 seconds later, the defenseman Logan Stanley right through the wickets of Ilya Sorokin.
Yeah, Patrick going to be a little upset with that one, and Sorokin's going to be a little upset because that is one you've got to have. Great breakout by the Jets, and you mentioned it on the right side of the screen. Stanley gets up, and that's a wrist shot. That's one Sorokin's going to want back.
And it starts, Butch, with Max Siplikov as the third forward diving in and trying to lay a hit on the Winnipeg Jets centerman. He gets knocked over, and they're off to the races. I know Schaefer falls down on the far side, but it really has no bearing at the end of the day on the play. Sorokin definitely wants that one back.
So everything you had gained, the 1-goal advantage on the scoreboard, the momentum and the life in the building, all of that gone in a matter of seconds. And the Jets back up by 2 with a 3-1 lead on the goal from Logan Stanley, who doesn't score many. That was his first in 58 games. This one gloved down by Heineman. He goes to the net, and Comrie just calmly steers it aside. Well, the goal for J.G. Pajot is first of the new season, but 160th career goal in what is his 800th game. And if it were possible to assist on your own goal, he would have gotten the secondary assist on the goal that he scored.
Yeah, he won the face-off, and he won it clean, too.
Tony DeAngelo will get the primary helper as Jonathan Drouin controls the puck.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Tony. I mean, he just hung onto the puck and waited for an opening and fired it.
Get injured in the celebration. Pelech, wrist shot wrapped off the stick of Velarde, and that one will leave the ice surface. So with 5 defensemen, they're going to have some mismatched pairs here for as long as it takes to get perhaps Tony DeAngelo back.
Well, you know, Butch, you played on some pretty good hockey teams, and good teams have moments in games where you just don't want to give up goals. And when you score a goal to get yourself back into the game, that next shift is crucial. The shift at the beginning of a period, the shift at the end of a period, the last minute, the first minute, those are all crucial. And as you know, playing on good teams don't give up goals in those situations.
Well, you know it better than anybody. I mean, how often did you, Cizikas, and your pal Manny Martin goals either be after a goal or to start a period?
That was our job. Our job was to go out there and not necessarily score a goal, but to make sure that the other team had no momentum coming out of that first shift after a big one.
Yeah, and that's where your focus was. I mean, you guys knew what your job was, and you weren't going to shade away from it, and you were ready. And that's where, you know, right, as you mentioned, you score a goal. That next shift is got to be a good shift.
It allows you to build on the momentum that you've created, and really it deflates the opposing bench. It really makes it difficult. They feel like they can't get anything going, and they feel like it's going to be a tough mountain to climb.
Absolutely correct.
So Tony DeAngelo returned to the Islanders bench, so the Islanders back in full force.
And how much fun was that for your line, knowing that's your responsibility, and I know you guys took it seriously.
We took it really seriously, and it was great to just be able to win a faceoff, go in there and lay a couple body checks and have the fans kind of already on their feet and into it.
Pelech from long range got a lot on that one, but missed the net. Palmieri couldn't have that rebound settle down for him. As Chibrikov stood up at the line, the puck was lost in the pads of Pelech, and that ultimately wound up with Palmieri, now Barzal. Kyle Palmieri in on the forecheck. Neil Pion, former Ranger, launches this one down the ice. Schaefer will take it at center. Shift here with Ryan Pulock. There's Schaefer, finds some open ice, moves it in, goes to the net. The pass though to Anders Lee never got there. Schaefer lifted the stick of Pion and got the puck back. Schaefer takes a hit along the boards, stays in, pried the puck free. Comes out for Shabanov, a wrister that was blocked by Taves. Bouncer for Pajot. Schaefer back at the blue line now. Pajot with it. Pulock loads it up, makes the pass. Pajot whiffed on it. Just rolled off the heel of his stick as he was closing in.
Yeah, great play by Ryan Pulock just to be able to pick up Pajot in a wide open area.
Pulock with room to cruise. Schaefer, yeah, give it to him. Here he comes to the outside. Backhand flip. Colin Miller will take him to the boards. Barron couldn't grab it. Cizikas holds it in. Miller under pressure from Shabanov. Escapes. And Morgan Barron moves his way through the neutral zone. Holmstrom ties up there with Velarde. And Velarde, who got a 6-year extension during the offseason. Kevin Cheveldayoff has done a lot of work to bring guys in. He's also done a lot of work on finding guys that are willing to sign long-term extensions here.
Well, and, you know, obviously I'm a little biased. Winnipeg is a great city. Yeah, there's winter there, but the fans are very passionate and clean city.
Winter's only 9 months a year there.
I'm going to send a message when you go there, Brendan.
Just show him the picture of Flin Flon you showed me.
Yeah, yeah,
that's covered in 6 feet of snow.
6 minutes gone. Here's Kyle Connor. He's a Michigan boy who's going to be in Winnipeg for a long time. And he drives to the net. Pelech had him tied up.
That was just a great play, and you know, Cibrikov, instead of stepping into Connor, he let him go right by, and those are the little things that forwards have to do. Don't let people just go right by you. Looked like Connor took a bad step.
He kind of got clipped in a collision on the way out of the zone, and he was a little slow to get towards the Jets bench. Alex Iafallo coming in on Mayfield. Schaefer tried to come get that puck, but Sorokin played it away from him. Drouin, Schaefer took off to join the play. Pass never got there. He came to get it, though. Make sure that puck gets deep.
He's a puck hound.
That is for sure. Mayfield, good job at the line to hold that play in. Mayfield all the way over, wanted Horvat. It was slowed up by Comrie. Unable to put it on net. Now it's Josh Morrissey trying to make a pass through Drouin.
That was a good play by Scotty. He didn't rifle it right across. He kind of just lobbed it, looking for a deflection.
Schaefer to Drouin. Drouin couldn't get it on the angle, and then he fired from the goal line, stopped by Comrie. Trying to make a little short pass to himself through the defenseman, caught up to it and just missed his mark. Nice outlet pass by Schaefer to get it started.
Great play by both guys there. I can see that lane open up right in front of me.
Barzal with a screen. Comrie juggles the rebound, but he has it secured. 12.5 to go here in the second period. Drouin had a chance to bring him within one.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl is back. So first round, get your go-to. Second, have what she's having. What he's having. Go on, try that new spicy 3-meat sauce. Starting at $13.99 and back for a limited time.
Make a smooth transition from saving for retirement to living in it. With a free personalized income plan that can help you make your money last. No matter where your days take you, Fidelity can help you take on retirement.
When life puts you in the driver's seat, it should feel like it was made exactly for you. The BMW X1, X3, and X5. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers today.
3-1 for the Jets in the second period, but the Islanders had some opportunities. Ryan Pollock on a beautiful pass to Pajon. Got a good look, and he just slides right off his stick. Got a head up trying to find the hole.
And Scotty Mayfield trying to feed one to the back corner here to Bo Horvat. Unfortunately, just clips Comrie's pad, and Bo not able to get a handle on it.
And the newest Islander, Drouin, watch him slide it under the stick, as you mentioned, Brendan, and just couldn't catch up to it, but good opportunity there for the Islanders.
And then here's Barzy doing what he does, little cutback, get in the middle ice here, and then great screen by Palms. Trying to go short side high, Comrie equal to the task.
So some offensive opportunities for the Islanders, and they just have to keep throwing that puck towards the net, and then hopefully be able to get one or two by and then get the sense, okay, we can still win this game.
Yeah, they got to stick with it. I mean, they got their one, they gave another one up, but just go do it again.
Fourth line out for the Islanders, Zizekas, Holmstrom, and Siplikov. As the Islanders have been struggling in the face-off dot here this afternoon. All has to do with this guy, Taves, shut down by Sorokin. Jonathan Taves looking for his first as a Jet. He's won all 10 faceoffs he's taken here this afternoon.
What a great move by Jonathan Taves coming down, and Romanov, boy, got hung out to dry. You know, turning to that outside, he's got to keep him watch the move by Taves, and just slides right by him. That's not a good defensive play, Clutter.
No, just to me, this is the Islanders getting caught with deep pinching, and forwards not covering.
Well, look at the Manitoba men on this list. Jonathan Taves rapidly approaching the Robert Goring guy.
Well, he has to have been a good player, you know. He's I'm so happy for him, you know, going through what he went through with the COVID and being able to get back in the National Hockey League and compete, and still moving pretty well. I mean, that was a heck of a move he put on Romanov, and a great opportunity to score. So good for Jonathan Taves.
Islanders get a power play here as Stanley got his stick there right underneath the skates of Shabunov. And here is another chance for the Islanders to get closer.
Yeah, big opportunity for the Islanders here. You don't want to let this slip away. This is a good time. You get one here, you got half the game, you're down a goal, and you'll take it. And then if you do get one, like we mentioned, you better be aware when you're going out there for that next shift.
Power play one, Matthew Schaefer.
Yeah, that's just...
You know, Patrick Roy was asked after the game on Saturday about playing in 26 minutes. He said, hey, it's not my fault. He forced us to play him.
Yeah.
Right? And that's kind of what you're at here, is the way he played when he got on the ice during the tail end of the power play in the second unit means, boy, give him a shot with the big guns.
He just makes so many things happen. I mean, and how do you not play him, right?
Yep. Third power play today for the Islanders. They have 4 shots on the first 2, but they all came on the first power play. They didn't get anything done on the second. Schaefer grabs it off the wall, moves to the middle, plays it across for Barzell. Islanders get set up on the man advantage. Barzell opens it up into the skates of Schaefer. Quick passing. Barzell, wrist shot off the arm of Comrie. Just got a piece with his left shoulder. Schaefer able to dance free at the line. Move it again, and the pass redirected from Barzell. Well, Murray keeps it moving. Drouin's pass blocked by Pionk. Horvat hustling to it. And Winnipeg finally gets it free and has a chance to clear it down the ice.
I like the effort from the Islanders, though. I mean, real good hustle for puck retrieval. Still need to shoot more for me, Brendan. I just feel like they could shoot the puck a lot more.
Barzell shakes Kyle Connor. Establishes it in the zone. Schaefer near the line. Here's Bo Horvat across the ice, and a little too hot to handle for Drouin. Schaefer Drouin from the dot. Schaefer again. He'll get it through off the glove of Comrie. Drouin once more. 22 on the power play. Horvat returns it. Drouin. Schaefer settles it, shoots it. Comrie hangs on.
Palm's hoping to deflect that. Schaefer didn't try to beat them with the shot. He was looking for the deflection.
Good movement by the Islanders on this power play. Bo Horvat gets it high in the slot, doesn't like it. Schaefer, this is what I like about him. He's in the middle, he's ready to shoot the puck. And a lot of times the Islanders, we see a defenseman get it at the top and not ready to shoot it. And another seam pass I talked about at the intermission. Drouin not able to pull the trigger, but you keep forcing those things in there, though, you'll get rewarded.
Yeah, you almost, Clutter, I mean, you can agree or disagree, but I mean, almost like I'd like to see two people in front of the net because the Islanders are moving it so well.
I don't disagree, but you almost want somebody crashing in and one guy standing there already. You want someone kind of moving towards it to gobble up one of those rebounds while the Killers return, trying to figure out where that puck's going to bounce.
Yeah, good point.
Shabanov broke his stick on a potential one-timer. That allowed Winnipeg to clear the zone, but they shot the puck out of play, and so they'll get another offensive zone face-off with 7 seconds left on this power play.
Yeah, that's Barzal's job on the far side, or Drouin's job when the puck's coming from the opposite side. You kind of creep in. A lot of times that rebound comes out on the other side. That's your rebound to get.
Pajot against Taves, who just lost his first face-off after winning 12 in a row to start the game.
Well, he's worth his money just on that.
Yep. I mean, he looks pretty good out here for missing 2 years. I got to say, he doesn't look any different than I remember him.
3-time Stanley Cup champion as a Chicago Blackhawk.
Is that all he's got?
That's just 3. One of the few people that can call it just 3. Butch Gordon. Off the stick of Pajot. Penalty has expired. D'Angelo will pinch in. Logan Stanley, who's the one out of the box, will take an opportunity to shove the shoulder into D'Angelo. Anders Lee tried to pull his stick free. Couldn't get it, so he'll use the skates.
That's where he excels, at number 27. It just seems that seems to be the DNA with corner work.
Mesnikov and Luke Shen down the wing. That one rattles up off the high glass, bounced on the ledge of the boards through Pajot.
Too many men?
They're going to call too many men on the ice.
Or whom? 2, 4, 5. I only see 5 Islanders.
It'll be against Winnipeg.
Bench liner, too many players on the ice.
Another power play coming up for New York.
Powerful performance. Seamless technology. And refined luxury. Some things are just too important to miss out on. The GLE and GLE Coupe from Mercedes-Benz.
New energy.
Saves!
Oh my goodness. New fire.
To the front and they score!
A new season.
I can't wait for this.
Thomas, I hope the people at home are tuning in.
Season Start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management.
Well, the Islanders have an opportunity for a power play, and the Winnipeg Jets, if you're not cheating, you're not trying, Brendan. And here we go there. They got 1 and 2, and they got a whole bunch of guys over in this area here. 5, and of course, there's this guy in this area here. So all kinds of people, they're cheating, Brendan.
They had 2 guys jumping over the boards, too. I think there's a guy at the blue line there coming out. So 6 is too many. 7 is, well, you don't get an extra penalty for that. It's just the same penalty.
Not at all, yeah.
Islanders right back on the power play, 33 seconds after their last. 4th one of the game. See if they can get back within 1 here.
Good face-off win by Scheifele. Gets the puck down the ice. Penalty killing. Face-offs are incredibly important.
Schaefer, Palmieri. Now it's Jonathan Drouin. They'll do the second drop for Matt Barzal. The entry, kicks it over towards Horvat, had to adjust. Horvat to Schaefer, he'll walk to the middle of the ice. Palmieri swings it down for Drouin, stops to get away from Scheifele, feeds the point. Barzal, goal line, Palmieri, and it just misfired off the toe of his stick. Seen that a few times today with guys in good spots. It's not getting good wood on it. That one just tossed to the goal. Winnipeg has a couple of shorthanded goals already this season. Only been 7 scored in the league. They've got 2 of them. Rebound! Stopped by Sorokin.
Oh, what a save that was by Sorokin. Islanders really loose in their own zone there. 3 guys turned away from Schenn on that play.
It was Scheifele who had the opportunity on the rebound, and Sorokin, the big stop there. Schaefer. Barzal, his one-timer fired wide. Rolling puck, settled down by Horvat. Barzal gets another look, moves to the middle of the ice. Barzal over, one-timer, fired high. Schaefer couldn't handle it. It's out of the zone.
Horvat, the stick wasn't like a bent, and he's upset, broke his stick, and he knows that was a golden opportunity.
Schaefer reaching for it, stopped Schenn from clearing it as the puck comes all the way around. Heineman races there, can't quite get it all the way down, and the Jets get it cleared down the ice. Islanders with all those chances and all those attempts, none of them wound up on net so far.
Well, that's just it, Brendan. I mean, you're doing all the right things, and then when it comes to pulling the trigger, they're just missing their mark.
And they're a little frustrated now.
Drouin's had a chance like that. Horvat's had a chance like that. Barzal's had a chance like that. Given away out of the box. It's Niederreiter on a breakaway. Nino Niederreiter to the backhand. In front, and the slam dunk for Tanner Pearson.
What a play there by Niederreiter. Had nowhere to go with it, and he knew that he had company. So he just went by Sorokin, who made a good positional save, really, on Niederreiter, and just throw it back in front of the net. Tanner Pearson doesn't go by the net, Clutter.
No, and you know, this is, again, I think Alex Romanov can throw that behind the net. Yeah, you know, you're looking at Tony DeAngelo and Alex Romanov spread out again, kind of leaning the wrong way and trying to get back, but just too little too late. And again, at the end of a power play where it seems like you collected a little bit of momentum, you go around and make a big mistake, and you see Romanov not able to get back there. But these are the types of mistakes that end up sinking the ship for you.
Yeah, that was just an excellent play by Niederreiter. He was going to go for the goal. Sorokin cut him off, and then he had the wherewithal to just say, oh, I know Pearson's there, and I'll throw it back to him.
So the Islanders, who spent 4 of basically the last 4.5 minutes on a power play, do not score, and in the seconds after, it's the Jets who expand their lead to 3. Tanner Pearson, who came over from Vegas during the offseason, has a goal and 2 assists in this game, and Nino Niederreiter, former Islander first overall or first round pick, has a couple of points in this one. First goal for Tanner Pearson as a Winnipeg Jet. Schenn bounces one off below the goal line. Wrestled free, and Cizikas will give it up. Nyquist able to hold his own. Velarde leaves it there for Jonathan Toews. Toews circling the zone. Right in front off the stick of Sorokin. Cizikas will go with the high flip. Holmstrom, nice job to knock it down and settle. Holmstrom trying to take it wide on Colin Miller. In front for Siplikov. That one sailing through everyone. Winnipeg will take the opportunity here in a long change second period. Change personnel while they can. Mayfield will carry it up ice. Long pass for Lee. They wave off the icing as Pionk, the reason why that puck went all the way down.
Good call by the linesman. 2 people battling for the puck.
Lee trying to outmuscle Pionk. Puck came close enough to the net where Comrie thought he could get it. He could not. Play continues. Rolling puck. Shabanov unable to keep it in. So Schaefer and Shabanov playing catch as they retreat into their own end. Shabanov looked off the pass. Weaves his way forward. Poke check by Logan Stanley. The long reach he has. Here's Connor and Scheifele cross the line together. Stanley jumping up on the rush.
Hungry for a goal now. Brendan got one. Let me go see if I can get 2.
Yeah, he's got the goal legs going.
A little more ice time today with Fleury out, so he moves up to the second pair. Schaefer just banked off the arm of DeMello, and Heineman scores! Been talking all preseason about the lethal shot of Emil Heineman. He's got his first as an Islander.
Yeah, that was really a little bit of a broken play, but Heineman didn't waste any time in getting off his stick and looked like the goaltender never really got totally set, but a terrific shot up over their shoulder. The Islanders win a battle along the boards. It's kind of a little bit of a crazy play. Nice little pass off the skate.
Well, it's born from Matthew Schaefer making the right decision. He picks off a puck in the neutral zone. It's a little bit of a scrum. He's just going to try and get it in, and good things happen when you do things the right way. And what a shot by Heineman. I'm really starting to like his game. He's my type of guy, a hard-working guy with a really good shot.
It looked like Comrie lost his net a little bit there, right? Too quick to come across. Now, Billy Smith used to say, if you're going to get beat on the short side of those plays, keep the puck in front of you. He was a little bit too quick to get across, but nice shot just the same by Heineman.
I'm not an official scorer, and it's not exactly a normal pass, but I'm giving Schaefer an assist on that one for banking it off the arm of DeMello. I'd imagine he'll get credit for the secondary assist.
Yep, definitely not possession. He should get one.
Yep. Drouin in over the line for Horvat. Horvat's pass redirected up off the glass. D'Angelo was down in the corner. In front for Heineman, a backhand chip, and a basket catch made by the goaltender, Eric Comrie. Well, Emil Heineman only scored 1 goal last season in Montreal. He's got himself a nice one here for the Islanders. 4-2. Now the score.
You gesture, the world responds. Any car that doesn't offer that sense of control is a car that stops short of amazing.
Long live the morning routine. Long live friendly competition. Long live cozy nights at home. And long live healthcare that works with your life. Access to great doctors, simple mobile app, convenient locations across Long Island? Absolutely. You have options, but at Catholic Health, we'd like to remind you to choose you first, because we did too. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Would you let me go?
Introducing the new Infiniti QX60. True luxury refuses to follow. It leads.
I'ma kick back when you fake like that. Head out of the game, I don't play that fact.
The unmistakable 2026 Infiniti QX60.
4-2, Winnipeg up on the Islanders here on Kids Day. You know, the special thing about this is for a lot of the kids in the building, this game and this experience will become a core memory. And so before the game even started, I actually brought my daughter Neve to the press conference with Patrick Waugh, and she wanted to know from Patrick what was his favorite memory as a little boy going to an Islanders game. So I'm going to throw you guys back 1978. He said Rogie Vachon was actually his favorite goaltender growing up, and the LA Kings came to the old Montreal Forum. He said he sat right behind his favorite goaltender, and then Rogie gave up 5 goals. He also then laughed and said, I'm pretty sure Butch Goring was in that game. So it's all coming full circle here on Kids Day, you guys.
He'd be 100% right. I did play in that game in 1978. Funny he'd mentioned Rogie as a Hall of Famer, a great guy, great teammate of mine. And Patrick, what is he, 6'2", 6'3"? Rogie's 5'7".
They played the position a little differently. As Romano will play it around.
A little more net available those days, eh, Butch?
A whole lot more. Although I did get the tail end of Kenny Dryden's career, and he was fairly good size.
I mean, Rogie Vachon's standing up the way he played it. Patrick down at the butterfly. I mean, that's pretty comparable.
Well, their heads were the same height over the post.
3:45 to go here in the period. Islanders have gotten back to within 2 on the goal from Emil Heineman. Drouin and Schaefer get the assists. So it's a point in each of the first 3 games in the career of Matthew Schaefer, first Islanders defenseman ever with a point in their first 3 NHL games. Schaefer with a little pass and drives to the net. He'll get back out towards the blue line. Oh, turning head to the goal. The pass deflected as Anders Lee tried to get it there, and it hit off of Comrie.
He just has such great offensive instincts. I mean, he doesn't wait to make things happen. He creates these opportunities by moving into the hole.
Taves carries ahead. He gets just enough of the red line, so there will be no icing. Schaefer going to get it. Shabanoff turned around by Velarde. Mayfield finished the check on Taves. Velarde with the puck, and Mayfield shoulders him. Velarde able to free that up for Kyle Connor, though. Pionk faked the shot, now takes the shot. He got a piece of it, sent it off the glass. Scheifele looking over his options. The handoff for Kyle Connor. Connor taking it all the way around. Schaefer stayed with him. Pionk with a sharp angled shot. This one coming around towards Stanley. Now it's Connor. The Jets top line doing some work in the offensive zone, and a penalty taken by Mayfield at the end of it. Put a cross check into Velarde and puts him down on the ice. And then Logan Stanley comes over after Mayfield. Mayfield looks willing to go. The linesmen don't look willing to let them.
Well, there's a little frustration there, I'm sure, by Scotty. You know, you're playing tough in front of the net and end up taking a penalty, unfortunately. And again, the Islanders got some pretty good momentum going after that goal.
New York Islanders penalty number 24, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Well, that's not, for me, that's not much, you know, no extended of arms there with the jab. I don't like that call. That's more of a push.
Yeah, I don't think there's much there. But again, this is what happens when you've already got 3-4 power plays, and the Winnipeg Jets have only had 1 or 2. This is why scoring on your power play opportunities is so important, because you know there's 1 or 2 coming on the other side, and you know, this is the other layer to being behind and chasing the game.
Are you saying, Clutter, that the referees even it out? Is that what I'm hearing?
It's human nature, Butch. I think it's human nature. The Islanders have had their chances, their opportunities, but you knew, I had a feeling, I was going to say it earlier, you had a feeling that they're going to have to kill one here before the spirit was out.
That's the optimum word, kill.
This will be the 3rd power play now for the Jets. Islanders are 0 for 4 on their power play. And there's just more than 2 minutes remaining in the period, so the Islanders will try to get towards the intermission down by 2. It's Horvat, Palmieri, Pelech, and Pulock killing. And after the top unit was on the ice for the last minute plus for the Jets, they start with their 2nd unit on this power play. Nino Niederreiter worked over by Pelech, moved down for Nyquist. Taves gives it back to him. Pionk, wrister tipped down by Niederreiter. Would have been a great scoring chance, but it hit Jonathan Taves right in the shin pad. Islanders might be fortunate that hit Taves, because that was going to be a tough stop for Sorokin. Nyquist has a little time. Fed it to the front, and reaching for it was Nyquist, or excuse me, was Niederreiter.
Yeah, two Jets in front of the net looking for deflections and screens.
Mesnikov all the way through. Nyquist with a shot. Shoulder save made by Sorokin.
Sorokin awful deep in the net for me.
Halfway through, Pelech a lunge, but he can't get good contact with the puck, and it stays in. Nyquist cruising around. Islanders killer starting to get a little tired here as Pionk rips one, rolling around to the side of the net. Puck still free. Taves has it. Pelech trying to glove it down. Still moving. Palmieri a chance to clear, and he got just high enough to get it over Pionk.
A nice job by Palms to make sure he took a half a second, an extra look to make sure he hoisted it up over Pionk.
That's the danger zone for a killer when you've been out there for a minute plus and you don't have the energy to go put the pressure on, and the other team starts throwing things at the net. That's dangerous.
Kyle Connor on the entry for Gabe Velarde. Schaefer can't knock that one through. It rolled right to the front of the net. Sorokin was there to close it off. Scheifele continues it. Connor takes the shot. Holmstrom got a stick on that. Scheifele around the perimeter now. Morrissey. Kyle Connor. Penalty winding down. Connor off the post behind Sorokin. They blow the whistle. It stayed out. Just as Mayfield returns to the ice.
All right, Connor is so dangerous when he gets that puck and takes his time, a couple of fakes, changes his angle, watch him out the top of the circle, looking, and then just fires it right off the post. I'm talking about Sorokin being in so deep, like, you know, I just feel like he's got to be out, cover a little more net. He's inside his crease. There's a nice deflection in front of the net by Velarde. So
I don't disagree with you, Butch. If he's out another foot, that thing hits his toe and probably goes into the corner. But again, Kyle Connor, that move where he goes and accepts it like he's going to take a one-timer and then pushes it to his forehand. Very, very difficult for a defenseman to find the lane on that one. And even Schaefer did a good job being in the lane. What does he do? He finds a stick in front and almost results in another power play goal for the Jets.
So the Islanders have killed off the penalty. Still 20 seconds to go in the period. Sazika's able to tie up Scheifele off the draw. Schaefer goes off the glass but not out. Pionk quickly moves it over. Velarde off the cuff of the glove of Sorokin.
And there's an aggressive save. That's what I'm talking about. Get out of your crease. Good job by Sorokin there.
Connor. Schaefer took a high stick, and the Islanders will get a power play here at the end of the period. The duration will be the question, as they'll have to check for damage on Matthew Schaefer. Going right in the nose.
Yeah, it looked like, right in the snaz. And the
question is, I'll be honest, I didn't think it was Scheifele's stick. I thought it was an Islander stick that got him, and I think that's the conversation.
Yeah, they'll review that.
The officials are having.
Just see what it is.
Nope. It was Scheifele.
Yeah.
If anybody.
Oh, yeah, no question that's Scheifele's stick. No question there. Got the toe of his stick right up under the glass, under the face mask, or the visor.
I mean, all four officials are conferenced right in front of the penalty box. I'm imagining that's the discussion right now, whose stick it was.
Well, I guess they don't have the luxury of being able to watch the video, but
Kelly Sutherland and Michael Markovic are the referees.
Take a look and see. I'm going to watch the other stick. No, there's no question.
Durant sticks on the puck. So.
Yeah, and I was looking. He's got his stick down on the ice, so that's a 2-minute penalty.
Take 55, minor penalty. High stick.
Got it right.
They got it right. And so, not much you can do with 4 seconds here, but win a face-off and take a chance. But a good opportunity will be for the Islanders to open the third period with the clean sheet ice on the power play.
And a chance to score a goal and really have some great momentum.
Fifth power play of the afternoon coming for the Islanders now would be as good a time as any.
0 for 4 so far.
Yep.
You could win a draw on.
Off the face-off, Schaefer, 2 seconds and 1. No, he doesn't have this kind of time here. So that'll send it to the intermission with the Islanders trailing 4-2 in a back-and-forth period. Where the Islanders certainly had their chances. Didn't capitalize on enough of them, though.
A lot of good things being done by the Islanders, creating opportunities, chances on the power play, good job of forechecking. But there's those little mistakes, the Romanov's mistake ends up in their net, takes away momentum. A PK that they have to go through, so they've got to clean up just the little things, Brendan, but they're doing enough good things that they could win this hockey game.
Coming up, it's the second period intermission report brought to you by your local Ford stores. Visit buyfordnow.com today. Emil Heineman, one of the newest Islanders and the newest goal scorer, will be the guest of Shannon Hogan here from UBS Arena. And Cal Clutterbuck dives a little deeper on his thoughts from that middle frame. Islanders and Jets, back and forth they have gone. Logan Stanley with one right through Sorokin that he would certainly want back. Emil Heineman, boy, can he shoot it. It's 4-2. Islanders do a power play to start the third.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Current eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $12,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. That's 20% below MSRP.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new sweet chili, layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get it delivered today, only at DQ.
Lean on me, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days are better. Girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Check their new game day fit. Oh, snap! DirecTV got hot.
That's right. DirecTV is flexing with all those pro and college games at your fingertips. This ain't your dad's cable, son. It's Couture.
Okay, thank you so much. I was about to say that. It's Couture.
Let the DJ take the wheel. Make the move and seal the deal. This the move to dance in heels. When the beat hit, can't sit still. Everybody know the drill. Vibes are good, just keep it real. Music on till I get my fill. We ain't too cool to dance. Get up now. Keep up if you can.
Sign and drive with 0 down, 0 due at signing, and 0 first payment on select Volvo SUVs.
Back here at UBS Arena, this is the Ford intermission report. 4-2 the score after 40 minutes of play. Islanders trailing by 2 goals. Emil Heineman is joining us outside the Islanders room. We saw your goal there. We've heard so much about your shot. It was exciting to see it. Can you take us through the play and your goal?
No, it was a good play by Schaefer off the wall, and then we got a little breakdown on like a 3-on-2 there. So kind of open up, and I didn't think too much. Just want to get it on the net and place it pretty well. So yeah, I'm happy.
Couple games in, how do you feel like you've been able to settle in with this group?
I feel like I'm getting there every day. Right now, I'm trying to get into as much as possible and help the team, and trying to keep it quite simple. Work hard every day, and I think we're taking steps pretty much every day. I feel like today we're having a good day. We play well, but it's like some breakdowns that they are able to capitalize on. But overall, I think we're able to have a lot of zone time in their end and shooting a lot. So trying to keep it up and get 2 here and maybe 3.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
We're taking a quick break here on the Ford Intermission Report. Don't go away. Cal Clutterbuck joining us on the other side as the Islanders will try to make a push in the 3rd period to come back in this one. Emil Heineman, his first goal with the New York Islanders.
The Islanders Intermission Report is presented by Ford.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Get any hand-tossed pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Your favorite pizza at our best price. It's Domino's Best Deal Ever, but it's not forever, so get it before it's gone. Only at Domino's.
When winter season hits, Emergen-C supports your immune system with so much more than vitamin C. Be ready to fight back with Emergen-C. And for on-the-go immune support, try Emergen-C Crystals. No water needed.
I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted in 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
You're stuck in the past, baby.
You're the one who owns 13 pairs of parachute pants?
Well, fashion is cyclical. They'll be back. Right? Hopefully.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Thanks for walking us through the plan.
You guys heading up north soon?
Yeah, got Lizzie for a couple weeks this summer.
Taking her fishing, I hope. That's the plan.
Doors. Connect us to what's important.
Excited, sweetie?
A dedicated Fidelity advisor can help you open those doors. Backed by a team of specialists, your advisor helps you build a personalized, tax-smart investment strategy, identifying opportunities across your entire portfolio. And when life surprises you, your plan can change too. Because doors were meant to be opened.
Jack, football is on the air.
from the start. The Giants got the offense going, the defense going.
They played lights out.
This team is going in the right direction.
Welcome into Giants postgame. Touchdown, Neighbors!
We know who we are, who we have in the locker room. We just got to keep battling.
Foley slammed down by Dexter Lawrence.
Every week they go in and they give everything they got.
Impact plays, folks. It makes you want to go out there and put pads on yourself.
Touchdown! That was a fun second half. Thriller indeed.
I bought my first pack of baseball cards in 1967, so when the Islanders were born in 72, I was already obsessed with collecting, and the Islanders were a natural fit for me. One of my goals is to get a card of each of the 500-plus players that's played for the team.
Kewins a 9, Potvins a 10, Mara's a 10.
One of the really cool parts of my collection are my autograph cards.
Take footage of these.
The thrills that these guys gave us were immeasurable.
Ford Intermission Report continues here at UBS Arena. Islanders trailing by 2 goals after 40 minutes of play. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it is Sparky celebrating today's Kids Day Out superhero game. With more afternoon games this season, the Islanders Kids Day Out series is packed with family-friendly themes and activities, so keep your little ones busy. Check out the full roster of themed games at NewYorkIslanders.com/themes. We've seen a lot of the kiddos. Happy to have mine here. And I will say my little guy was going around with that cape all day. He actually thinks he's Sparky.
Yeah, that's great for him. And I love having the kids here. It's nice to have afternoon games for them to come out and not have to stay up till 11 o'clock at night and be able to enjoy all the action.
Absolutely. With them being off school, a perfect opportunity. And they've seen plenty of goals in this one. Islanders looking to score a couple more. But let's take a look at some of the goals that we saw there in the second period.
Well, first, the Islanders did a good job early in that period getting themselves back into the game, but then turn around and shoot themselves in the foot. And I'm going to show you what happens. Max Siplikov comes in right now, and his job right now is he's the third forward. His job is to basically be a safety, a third defenseman. So he has to keep his momentum coming back towards his own end. He can't go diving in. What he's going to do here is he's going to dive in on Morgan Barron. He gets clipped a little, and not only that, he clips Casey Cizikas. He stunts his momentum, and now Matthew Schaefer gets interfered with, falls down. But the Jets really have a 3-on-1 with 2 Islanders chasing. And I know Ilya probably wants that one back, but you just scored a goal to bring it within 1. You really want the momentum. When you go out on that next shift, you want to make sure that you're doing things properly, even if you have to err on the side of caution. If I'm Max Siplikov in that situation, I kind of dive in and I start to skate back towards my end. If I get a chance to swing my stick in there and poke a puck loose, I do it, but I make sure that my momentum doesn't get caught. I don't go diving in for a hit, just to back the defenseman up, just to make sure that on that shift in particular, nothing happens, nothing serious. And it didn't happen. Obviously, then the Winnipeg Jets steal the momentum. They go up, they retake the 2-goal lead, and the Islanders are sitting there scratching their heads.
Yeah, it's frustrating when that happens, but you love to have a little action, a little goal action going into the break. And the 4-1 goal at least keeps things exciting.
Well, on the tail end of a power play, too, the Islanders finally, they get a power play. They had a good power play, a lot of momentum. And then right as that power play is ending, they go and make another critical error, in my opinion. And you're sitting there going, the Islanders are playing well. Why aren't they in a better position? Well, these mistakes are why. And as the puck gets rimmed around here, the Jets' power play is about to expire. If you're an Islander, all 5 of those guys need to know what situation you're in. Anthony Duclair is in a power play position. It's no longer a power play. He has the same F3 responsibility as Max Siplikov had. He kind of backs off looking for a one-timer. He might have even been calling for this puck. Now, this puck goes up to the blue line to Alex Romanov, and same thing. He's got to know there's a guy coming out of the penalty box behind him. He's got enough time to shovel that puck back behind the net. There's 2 Islanders versus 1 down there. He tries to make a cross-ice pass, and then Nino Niederreiter coming out of the box gets a breakaway and hits Tanner Pearson in front of the net. Alex doesn't have a chance to recover. Tony DeAngelo was wide as well. There's a lot of ice in the middle for the Winnipeg Jets right now. The Islanders are a little bit spread out. I know it's the tail end of a power play, but that's the kind of awareness you need to have in the NHL when a penalty is expiring. A lot of times the goalie's banging their stick to let you know. You got to know. If you make that play, just put it behind the net, live to fight another day, and you're not down 4-1. You're only down 3-1, and then the Islanders go get one late in the period. It's a 3-2 game versus a 4-2 game.
To be clear, I didn't like that goal. I liked the Heineman goal, but we've already seen that, and we had a chance to catch up with Emil. We have to go to break because we have more to come here on the Intermission Report as we're gearing up for some third period action. Great stuff with Cal Clutterbuck breaking down the Winnipeg goals. 4-2 right now. We'll have more on the other side.
When I made my million on New York's Erie Canal, I traveled hundreds of miles
by mule.
That day I had to transport myself to the corner store on foot.
We survived harsh winters.
My phone's battery was right there on the edge, 3%.
We ran out of food.
I get there, no chocolate oat milk. Are you kidding me?
I sacrificed everything.
Then I bought a raffle ticket. Now I'm a millionaire.
Hard then, easier now. The Erie Canal $1 Million Raffle. New York Lottery's best odds at $1 million.
Sarah Benzino. Brandon Coley. Jablonski Auto Body, LLC.
Yeah! Woo!
What'd she call Harper?
Oh, you mean Jablonski Auto Body LLC.
We actually sold the Twins naming rights.
You know, like stadiums do. Kids are so expensive these days. Here he comes.
Oasis Breeze Tan and Spa.
Yeah!
If you need a tan, I'm your man.
Could do business with you.
Or we can look at some investment options for you.
Works for us.
The right money moves aren't as absurd as you think.
Did they ask you to do the commercial too?
Yeah, but they just gave me one line.
A bit like a Caesar.
Like, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna tell them how Caesars Sportsbook is just so easy to use that you can watch and bet thousands of sports events, even some NFL games.
They'll probably show us betting on our favorite players and teams at all the Vegas hotspots too.
Like, we have time for that montage.
I told him I couldn't do it.
They couldn't afford me.
Strength that responds. Refinement you can feel. And tech that anticipates. Welcome to the Genesis GB70. Lease the 2026 GB70 for $369 per month. Exclusively at your tri-state Genesis retailers.
Man, I miss working from home. Tell me about it. I work great from home. Michael scores! Home crowd loves it. I collaborate just fine from home. I like the environment more. I think I'm more productive at home. Some say there's too many distractions at home. All right, maybe that one's true.
4-2 after 40 minutes of play here on the Ford Intermission Report. Islanders have a little work to do. They are going to have a power play to get things going in the third period. But while we have a chance, let's take a look at the second period scoring summary brought to you by Hyundai. 4 goals in that one. J.G. Pageau kicking it off, his first of the season in his 800th NHL game. Logan Stanley following it up. A couple seconds later, Tanner Pearson putting Winnipeg up 4-1. And then Emil Heineman with his first for the New York Islanders with help from Jonathan Drouin and Matthew Schaefer. Stepping out for a break, Butch and Brendan on the other side.
The Islanders Intermission Report is presented by Ford.
One, two, three, four.
You're good.
Okay, we're in that place.
People don't always fit the ideal narrative.
The next chapter of Audi performance is here. With Quattro all-wheel drive you can feel. And interiors refined to elevate every mile. One thing's clear. Performance never goes out of style. Visit your Audi dealer today and lease the all-new 2025 Audi A5 Premium for $549 a month.
Sure. We triple stitch each pair of bean boots and construct them with care up here in Maine. But this is when your bean boots become yours.
Room for 6 full-size passions. The Lexus TX, 3-row luxury. A car that doesn't elevate everyone's experience. Is a car that stops short of amazing.
Islanders Hockey on MSG Networks is brought to you by Catholic Health.
Long live you and long live Long Island. Islanders will start the third period on a power play trailing 4-2 to the Winnipeg Jets. Here's our hashtag Cadillac Trivia answer. The question was a simple one. Who wore it better, Butch Goring or Sparky on opening day? And the winner is, they voted for Sparky, Butch.
That's disappointing. He didn't even have a tie.
But you know what? He's here.
Oh, my goodness.
He's still wearing the jacket.
I know, and it doesn't fit you either.
This is now the Butch Goring jacket, I think.
Yeah.
We got to put a 91 on it somewhere, I think, Sparky. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah, maybe. But it's a nice jacket. I'll agree with that.
We should put it up there next to the 91 banner, I think.
I don't think so.
All right, Sparky, thanks for stopping by.
All right.
Be on your way, all right?
Sparky, come again when you can't stay as long.
Oh. I think the vote was fixed, Butch.
I think so, too. I'll have a conversation with our producer.
Well, now back to hockey. The Islanders are going to start this third period on a power play. This is, one way or another, Cal, a pivotal point in the hockey game.
Definitely another pivotal point in the hockey game. And the power plays look good. The tough thing sometimes about starting a period with a power play is a lot of times it's a fraction of a power play. This one is pretty much a full 2 minutes. So you get a fresh sheet of ice and you get 2 minutes to go to work. Hopefully the Islanders can find a way to put one past Eric Comrie.
This, for me, would give the Islanders a chance to win. I think, when you're down 2 going to the third, obviously it's not impossible, it's difficult, but a goal right off the bat gives you all the momentum.
They win the face-off at center ice. Matthew Schaefer with Barzal, Drouin, Palmieri, and Horvat. The power play unit for the Islanders. 0 for 4 in this hockey game. Horvat behind his back, able to receive that pass, but he overshot Drouin with a bouncing puck, and Winnipeg finds and clears. Islanders power play was 31st in the NHL last year, scored just 26 power play goals. They brought in Ray Bennett. It's a new assistant coach from Colorado. Coach this power play unit.
Little adjustment there from the Jets on the double drop. You can see them falling in behind Matthew Schaefer to not allow him to drop that puck.
Palmieri got twisted up along the boards. Drouin had it stolen away by Kyle Connor. Schaefer had to get rid of it. All the way around towards Horvat. The Jets find it and clear it again.
Yeah, no offensive zone time for the Islanders.
Well, you see how important the entries are, Butch, right? You got to get set up somehow, and you got to do it easily to get a full 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's one thing the Jets have been able to do on their power play is get it in without a whole lot of difficulty.
45 seconds left on the power play. Off of Comrie on the try from Horvat.
It didn't move, just what you call a positional save or a size save.
Anders Lee works a little higher now for Schaefer. Lee again from the goal line. Anders Lee centering feed. Drennan to take it in the skates. Barzal rotates out. Still 20 seconds left to work with. Schaefer with some room. Trying to feed it to Drouin. Good stick though by Iafallo. And Iafallo giving problems to Drouin and chased him out of the zone.
Good job of getting your stick in the way, keeping it on the ice. A couple of good deflections there by Iafallo.
Barzal with a pass off for Anders Lee. Final seconds of the power play. Brian Bullock goes across for Pelech. One-timer save. Rebound hanging around the net. Lee couldn't get it to his stick.
I just couldn't get a bounce in the right direction there. Good shot by Adam.
Penalty is over. Jets now at full strength. Islanders registered just one shot on goal during the power play.
That's the game. Well, Islanders, what, 0 for 5?
Yep. No, but to Cal Clutterbuck's point, as Stanley mishandled this one, Pajot will run after him. The Islanders were 9 for 9 on zone entries in the first 2 periods on the power play. So obviously Winnipeg, knowing they were going to have to start the third period on a kill, made some adjustments in the dressing room.
Yeah, they did. Good job, too.
But what happens on that drop sometimes, if it's killing you, you drop the forward behind the defenseman and make him very uncomfortable about dropping that thing back. And so it really creates a 4-on-3 in favor of the penalty killing team. Something we've done a lot as a group with penalty kill with teams that really are good at dropping and entering.
Chabanov helps this one out of the zone, but it comes right to Luke Schenn. And Schenn will force it in around Sorokin. 3 minutes gone here in the third period. Lyman Holmstrom off the glass and in. Colin Miller Rimmed around, Romanov pitched down the boards and got it to Siplikov. Siplikov, easy save there that time for Comrie, and with Romanov moving towards the net, there was nobody home at that left point. Sorokin coming away out to play it. Almost gave it away to Nemesnikov, but got through for Siplikov. Romanov will try again. Snaps one over for D'Angelo. The high flip, Holmstrom in pursuit. Colin Miller around the boards towards Chibrikov. Instead, it was Schaefer. His shot was blocked. Stretch pass on, and it's out of the reach of Taves.
Good read by Taves, and pass just out of his reach, as you mentioned, but that's hockey sense right there. Knowing that he didn't lose that over the last couple of years.
Always been a smart hockey player. This puck rolling right through the slot. Mayfield, wrist shot. It didn't go. Stanley trying to clear. Just enough to get it out of the zone, and now Scheifele wipes out with Scott Mayfield. Both went down. Mayfield lost his stick. Meanwhile, it's Palmieri to grab the puck. That Barzal will flip this one down. Now, Mark Scheifele is a guy who you would consider a snub for that Team Canada Four Nations team. As Duclair on the end, all the way around. Duclair still with it. Centers this puck for Ryan Pulock. Snapped one off the ankle of Chibrikov, and it'll go down the ice.
Yeah, just a real smart play there by Palms. Just nothing going on. Excuse me, Duclair. Nothing going on. Nowhere to give it. Just hung on.
Horvat, good speed entering into the zone. Jousting there with DeMello.
Pretty close to a couple of cross checks there. Brendan had the stick pretty high.
Drouin poked away by Morrissey. Morrissey played on that Team Canada, but a guy like Mark Scheifele, you would think he has the ability to potentially play his way on to an Olympic roster if he has a good start to the season. So far, so good for Scheifele. Got 5 points in the first couple of games.
Yeah, I thought Scheifele should have been on that Four Nations tournament. Really good player. Strong defensive player.
Nyquist pulled that away. Drouin did momentarily. And Romanov. No one really to pass that one to, as the Islanders were all stuck around their own blue line, so just flipped it out and allowed his team to get a change. Islanders have the first 3 shots of this third period, but still trail by 2. Kabanov's pass was cut off by Taves and kept in the Islander zone.
A long-range pass when you're standing still. Difficult play for Shabanov.
Here is Max Shabanov. He's double teamed defensively. Anders Lee able to follow up and just drag it on through deep into the zone. Lee bounced off the wall. Mayfield hard around towards Pajot, who got twisted up there with Comrie. Schaefer pinched in and then got bulldozed by Luke Shed. Mayfield a shot.
Interference in front there.
Stick broken. I'm not sure why they blew the play down. I don't think anybody else does either. Either way, we'll step aside and come back to Long Island with the Islanders down by 2.
Chevy makes America's most dependable trucks. Like the rugged Colorado, the highly capable Silverado 1500, the powerful Silverado HD, and the uncompromising Silverado EV. In every Chevy truck, dependability comes standard.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all Silverado 1500 models.
See your local Chevy dealer.
Northwell Health and the New York Islanders. A story of Long Island. A story of dedication and community. Behind the blue and orange, there's a different kind of team. Providing excellence in care on the ice and across Isles Nation. Keeping our community healthy, active, and connected to the team we love. Northwell. Raising health for all our Islanders.
Well, the Jets still lead the Islanders 4-2 in the third period, and There's a play along the boards. We thought, well, they watch this one with Anders Lee. I don't know how that's not interference. To me, that's a missed call by the refs.
Yeah, and if you're Matthew Schaefer, the big thing about going down the wall and having a bunch of speed is you got to be aware of a couple guys out there who have a tendency to lay the body, and Luke Schenn gets a good piece of Matthew Schaefer there. Luke Schenn, no stranger to the body over his long career. He's done a great job of staying in the league and had a couple years where it looked like he might be out, went to work on his game, and he's been a really good player for a really long time.
What do you know about it, Cal?
Well, I know the consistency kills, and he's definitely one of those guys that's consistent.
Oh, he absolutely has been. He had 300 hits last year, led all NHL defensemen. He's done that a few times over his career. 4 times he's led NHL defensemen in hits.
And you're absolutely right, Cal. You have to be aware who's on the ice. I mean, because that's how you can get hurt if you're not aware.
And a lot of times the fastest guys are the guys you hit the hardest because they got all the speed. You don't need to generate any. You just need to lean into them.
Cal Clutterbuck has the most hits in NHL history, and Luke Schenn has the most hits by a defenseman in NHL history.
Interesting that 2 Islanders lead the history of the NHL in hits, and they played on the same line. Must have been fun playing against them. Not.
Fun watching them.
Yes, it was.
Oh, it was fun to be a part of, I'll tell you.
Matt Martin now special assistant to the general manager for the New York Islanders, as this will be icing against the Winnipeg Jets.
How many hits did Casey have, Cal? Was he in the area, or was he just the brains of the operation?
That's a good question, and probably definitely the brains of the operation. But no,
somebody's got to get the puck.
Yeah, Casey would have to get the puck, and he's more of a lean-in stick guy than he is a big hit guy. But he was great. His legs were always what we appreciated the most. His ability to get in there with a lot of speed.
He's got 1,800 hits.
Was that what it is?
Yeah. Get 2,000 by the end of his career. That'll be pretty good. Off the stick of Paul Murray. 7.5 gone here in the third. Nemesnikov played around the boards. Mayfield met there by Niederreiter. Pass was behind Barzal. Nemesnikov moving in. Schaefer lost his stick. They may have actually benefited the Islanders in that instance. He goes to get it now. And Duclair and Mayfield working on Nemesnikov, unable to clear the zone. Paul Murray knocked aside by Tanner Pearson. Niederreiter got it to Nemesnikov. Mayfield separates him from the puck. Lost his stick. Barzal deep in his own end to take it. Matthew Schaefer on the ice just hit 21 minutes, leading all players on the ice for both teams. Barzal one-hands it towards Paul Murray. Duclair to Paul Murray. Schaefer down the boards for DeAngelo. Now Schaefer again. Paul Murray, wrister. Too many bodies in front that time. Taves will clear it out. Schaefer will keep it on the Winnipeg half of the ice. Put a pass in the skates of DeAngelo and flipped in. Barzal steals it away. Drouin going to the net. The pass, though, just out in front of him.
There's been a lot of times where the Islanders have done a lot of good things, but at the end of the day, it's good guys try hard, but nothing, right? I mean, no goals.
Well, you're starting to see the killer instinct of the Jets. You know, you come into this first period, there's already 10 minutes gone. They killed a penalty to start, and really the Islanders haven't been able to do a whole lot. Spent a lot of time in their end. The Jets keeping it simple, keeping it below the Islanders' goal line. It's really tough to get anything going when you're in your own end.
When you've been involved in the playoffs, especially, you know, in the semis and stuff like that, you learn to play the game the right way when the game's on the line.
Well, that was our greatest asset when we had those couple years under Barry Trotz. We had such a killer instinct in the third period. Nobody really had anything going against us.
DeAngelo for Heineman, looking for his second. He found the glass.
Oh, boy, that was just a good opportunity. And, again, one that you've got to score if you want to win hockey games.
Pearson on the cutback and then lifted over the head of Sorokin. Mello rims it around. Winnipeg Jets won the President's Trophy last year, and a big part of that was a 15-1 start to the season. This puck winds up out on the stick of Heineman. Horvat for Lee. Had to deal with Kyle Connor, who just emerged onto the ice off the bench. He was able to make it through, throw a hit, and knock down DeMello. Islanders get control of the puck. Shabanov towards Ryan Pulock. Stays in, wrists it wide. He beat Comrie. And the puck not on target. And that one up high off of Comrie and cleared out.
I don't know how big Comrie is, but he just seems to be about 6'9".
Yeah, it's just 6'1". He's not the biggest goalie. The big guy's on the bench. Comrie makes the save and covers up for the whistle. We've crossed the halfway point of this third period. The Islanders have not been able to get any closer than the 2-goal lead the Jets have had for most of this hockey game. Heineman, a good look. Missed it high.
Get this exceptional offer on select Cadillac models.
New energy.
Saves!
Oh, my goodness. New fire.
To the front, and they score!
A new season.
I can't wait for this one.
I hope the people at home are tuning in.
Season Start is presented by Fidelity Wealth Management.
Halfway through the third, stay tuned for highlights, analysis, and player reaction to today's game on the Mercedes-Benz Islanders post-game show coming up next here on MSGSN with Shannon Hogan and Cal Clutterbuck. Well, Eric Comrie got the start today for the Jets and a day off for the reigning Vezina Trophy winner, Connor Hellebuyck. We would show you him sitting on the bench, but he's not sitting on the bench. Normally they do, but right now he is not on the bench for the Jets, but two-time Vezina Trophy, three-time Vezina Trophy winner, but back-to-back Vezina Trophy winner. Not only that, last year he took home the Hart Trophy as the league's MVP.
And you mentioned before the game, Brendan, you're talking about Hellebuyck playing so many games, and did he need a rest, and could Comrie be the good backup? Well, I think he's showing everybody that he's very, very capable, because he has played very well.
63 games last year for Hellebuyck. Fell apart in the postseason again, which is of growing concern for these Jets, who seemingly did everything right during the regular season. Couldn't get past the Dallas Stars in the second round.
No, and he hasn't played well in the playoffs.
Oh, he has not.
Hellebuyck. I mean, that's...
Barzal couldn't get that puck across towards Horvat, who finds it below the goal line.
Well, some line changes here, huh?
Barzal playing with Horvat and Drouin. Schaefer had some space, took it around the net, tried to make a pass towards Horvat. Found a skate. Horvat found Schaefer again. Now it's Drouin from the dot with a shot and a save from Comrie. Quickly out from Drouin to Schaefer. Pellick turned to Rister, lost control of it. Islanders stay on it. Barzal racing after it and is able to get there with Kyle Connor along the wall. Scheifele a chance to clear. Schaefer stepped up and tried to keep him from crossing the red line, and now Scheifele works back in his pass into the skates of Gus Nyquist. Zikas will hit the red line and dump it. Coming up on 8 minutes to play here in the third period. Pion with Zizekas in the corner. Mayfield pinched in. Mayfield using the glove to knock it down. His wrist shot blocked. And then Colin Miller. Center ice for Nemesnikov. He'll dump it, he'll chase it. Islanders fell down 2-0 in the first period. Islanders got it within one for a span of just seconds before it was back to 3-1. Became 4-1 before the Islanders got a goal with 5 minutes to go in the second period from Emil Heineman. Made it 4-2. No one has scored here in the third. Chabanov took a bump down to the ice. DeAngelo walks in. That one off a partial block from Barron. Knuckled towards Comrie, and he's still able to squeeze it.
Andrew started? You could still get in. Now?
No.
Fire!
spend it.
That was fast.
New customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if you win.
Well, a good shot by D'Angelo, but you know what I like about Comrie is that every time the Islanders have had a good chance to score, he's been aggressive. Look at himself. Again, outside the crease. He's not getting caught. He's cutting the angle down. He's giving him the best chance to stop it.
Yeah, he's been good here tonight. I mean, the Islanders have had their looks, but he's reigned supreme.
Palmieri to the front for Barzal, tied up by Taves.
And really, for the Islanders right now, you're looking for a garbage goal. You're looking to throw something at the net and get something here in the next minute or two and allow your big guns to go out there for the last 5 and try and get the equalizer. That's what Casey Martin and I did so well. A lot of times we would just crash the net and bang a rebound home, and then the other guys would go and try and tie the game.
Patrick Watt double shifting Matt Barzal. Finds the trailing D'Angelo. Cruise to the backhand. Couldn't get the shot away.
Well, the Jets have done a good job of filling in the lanes. Trying to cut through them, and then you're just not, there's no room there.
Up the wall, Barzal shut it down as the Jets tried to exit. Barzal's no look, though, wound up on Tanner Pearson's stick.
It's pretty good when you can play your fourth line and when the game starts to get down to the nitty-gritty of it all. Of course, they've been +2 today, so I guess they have every reason in the world to play.
Shabanov got a good break on this, so there's no icing. And the Islanders get control. Lee to Shabanov. His shot was muted by Nyquist. Good stick there by Pajot. Got it to Lee. Lee, Shabanov off the post. He was falling back on a fadeaway try and almost got it to go. Shabanov, quick spin array from Pearson. Took a couple of chops there, but play continues. Mayfield slides it over for Matthew Schaefer. Pajot out high. Schaefer got caught in between. The pass connected, though, with Shabanov. Pajot, Shabanov drags it away from Pearson. Opens up by Schaefer. Drag and shoot, but it's blocked by Pion. More zone time here for New York. Schaefer holds onto it. To the net. Save Comrie. Chance for Pajot and winds up on the back wall. Off the glass. Not out. Now it is. It's skipped over the stick of Shabanov. Jets go for a jailbreak change as Mayfield hoists it in.
Yeah, great shift there by the Islanders. And Schaefer continues really to make big plays late in the game, doesn't he?
Velarde blockered away right through the slot, though, and a follow-up try from Scheifele as a result.
Well, the one thing you're seeing from the Jets is 5 white jerseys just all in the middle of the ice, making it really difficult for the Islanders to penetrate in the middle. A lot of their chances come from the side of the net or the point.
Pelech to the chest of Comrie, and he will calm things down here inside the final 5 minutes of the third period. Max Shabanov almost got this one to go. Stays 4-2.
Back when all these great roads were built, some turned out straight as an arrow, others long and winding. Loaded up on switchbacks, hairpins, and breathtaking views, it's almost as if everyone knew we were coming. The X3, X5, and X7, proudly assembled in South Carolina at BMW's largest plant worldwide. Take advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers today.
Huddle up, get in here. If we're in a bunch formation over here and they're coming all out blitz over there, we gotta go over the middle with it to score. It's just too risky outside.
Right. But how do we make that happen?
I don't know. That's as far as the football parallels go.
But Citizens does.
Hi, Stephanie. So nice to meet you.
When it comes to your financial future, huddle up with the team you trust. For me, that's Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens, official bank of Eli Manning.
Move your car without moving at all. How it should be. The Hyundai Tucson. Right now, lease a Hyundai Tucson SE for $239 a month or get 1.99% APR for 60 months. Hurry in.
Final 5 minutes of the third. The Islanders need a couple of goals. They're still looking for their first win. They're one of only 3 teams in the NHL without a point so far. They're the only team in the Metro, one of 5 winless teams left. But if they can't get a couple here in the last 5, they're staring down an 0-3 start.
And just as important, Brendan, you got to win at home. I mean, that's your spot, and you've got to have a good home record. So another game coming up on Thursday, but for the Islanders, they got to find ways to win games.
Schedule didn't do them any favors. Opening night on the road in Pittsburgh, and then they come home and face the top team in the Eastern Conference from last year, now the top team in the Western Conference from last year, and now the 2-time Stanley Cup qualifier Connor McDavid-led Edmonton Oilers are coming to town on Thursday evening.
Who are playing exceptionally well, apparently.
4:40 left. Home run pass. Misses. It'll be icing instead.
Quick change for the Jets. They send their offensive guns out. And that's the advantage of the no-change rule, Brendan. And you get an offensive face-off and expect to see the first or second line on almost every occasion.
Well, the Islanders have moved all their pieces around here, and the line together right now is Cizikas, Heineman, Holmstrom. Holmstrom off the glass and gloved down by Heineman. Pass was in the skates of Cizikas, though. Dylan DeMello for Velarde, and he'll hoist it off an Islander on the bench, and so a face-off in the neutral zone.
Dump and chase for the Winnipeg Jets for the last 4 minutes 20 seconds. I mean, they got a 2-goal lead. They don't need another goal to win the hockey game, and that's the right mental approach. You keep the puck 200 feet away from your net.
Well, it's been dump and chase for the majority of the third period for them. I mean, the Islanders have had what seems like 15 to 20 breakouts for that reason.
And you look at the offensive zone possession time in this game. The Islanders have had 15 minutes of zone possession time. Winnipeg 10.5. And again, a couple of those Jets goals have come off the rush, so it's not like the offensive zone possession time is wide. They're calling for Sorokin already. 4 minutes to go, down by 2. It's now 6-on-4 with an empty net on the other end. Bo Horvat for DeAngelo.
Look at him jam in the middle of the ice, Winnipeg.
Schaefer and DeAngelo at the top. Barzal on the half wall. Risks one that was headed wide, but gloved down by Comrie regardless.
I don't know about 6-on-5, Cal. I mean, you were on the ice for a lot of those 6-on-5s, and I just think you have to have more guys in front of the net. I mean, you got your 3 outside umbrella guys, but for me, you got to have 2 guys, at least 2 guys in front of the net.
Well, yeah, when we were talking about it earlier about the power play, this is the time to have 2 guys in front of the net, 2 guys crashing, and you really want to put pucks there, especially down 2.
Isles win a draw. Schaefer over. Barzal from range, and that put Pionk down to the ice as he got in front of it. Jonathan Taves battling for the puck. But the net empty down the other way. It's over Schaefer's head and rolls wide.
Scheifele was sniffing for an empty net goal there. He was flying down the wing a little earlier.
3.5 to go. Islanders found themselves in this exact position against the Capitals a couple of nights ago, with an early goalie pulled down by 2.
Well, that's not a bad play by Barzal. Just dump it towards the goal. You get an offensive face-off. You get your guys established and in good position. And even if you don't win the face-off, you still got a chance to get the puck back. So not a terrible play.
Jets have won 10 more face-offs than the Islanders in this game, 28-18. Pajot will take it against Barron. Horvat's out there still, but Pajot will take it as the right-hander. And now Horvat might have to take it anyway. We'll see.
I've still never been able to figure out what goes on face-offs. I really haven't. That's just, some guys can cheat and it's okay, and some guys can't.
For a center who played 1,100 games in the league.
Yeah.
Horvat wins it on the backhand. Schaefer slips for Drouin. Schaefer, Horvat, backhand spinning shot that Comrie never saw, but it was off target.
Yeah, if it's on the net, it's in the net.
Schaefer, little stutter step move there. Crisscrosses, hands off with Drouin. Schaefer once again, rink wide for Barzal. Barzal to the net, shot it wide. Coming around towards Schaefer, tries to get deeper, took a shot from Barron. Anders Lee in the corner, harassed by Morrissey, but now it's Barzal. Passing the skates of Schenn. Barzal with 2 Jets on him, threw a bouncing puck that got through Drouin, and he'll have to chase after it. 2:40 to go. They can't use all that time because they need 2. Drouin fighting the puck, lost it to Kyle Connor. Connor makes the pass, and Scheifele puts it into the empty net.
Turnover, and needed to make an easier play, and he's upset with himself, and I can understand why. And great play by Connor, though, just stayed right with it, strong on the stick, and a little pass across ice to Scheifele, and I won't say that's a goal scorer's goal, but just a really good play by Connor. But those are the mistakes, right, Clutter? You can't make little mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, even when you go back to get that puck, you know, you go behind your net and make sure you've got numbers and make sure you can get up. You still have a little bit of time. You don't need to rush it. It's just an execution matter and knowing the situation.
So 2:20 left. Now the Islanders down by 3. And they have spent just a couple of minutes so far in the first 3 games with a lead. I mean, they've been chasing each of these 3 games by multiple goals. And that's been the struggle, where it's hard to get to your game when you're having to adjust it to chase the hockey game.
That's exactly right, Brendan. Being down 1 goal is hard enough in this league, but being down multiple goals especially against the teams you're playing, your odds go down significantly.
Yeah, getting those first goals is so important, particularly at home. Keeps the crowd in the game and gets you momentum. And when you're giving up a goal, it's tough.
Islanders in the middle of a 3-game homestand and a stretch of 5 of 6 at home here in the early part of the season, but about to lose the first 2. A Shabanov shot kicked out by Comrie.
He's been good.
He has been good. Here's Chibrikov. His pass broken up by Pajot. Islanders will play Thursday here at home against Edmonton to close out the homestand. Then they'll be in Ottawa on Saturday. Thursday's game's on ESPN+. We'll be back with you on Saturday from Ottawa. And by we, I mean MSG Networks.
Yes.
Butch and I won't be there. Cal will hold it down, though. As Schaefer comes in down the boards. Jets have an interesting road trip. It's just a 2-game trip, but they got a couple of days off after this. They start here on Long Island, and they'll play Thursday in Philadelphia against the Flyers. Mayfield shot. That one sticks right in the elbow of Eric Comrie, and he draws the whistle.
Well, you got to give Scotty Arniel credit. He decided to start his number 2 goaltender, and his number 2 goaltender has played like his number 1 goaltender. I mean, he has been solid, made a couple of real big saves, especially early on in the game when the Islanders could have had a lead. Oh, he's back on the bench. Oh, yeah. But no.
Wants to celebrate.
Really good, yeah. Well, yes, you got to go out and, congratulate your teammate.
Well, Kevin Cheveldayoff must like Eric Comrie. It's his 3rd time that Eric Comrie has been in the organization. It's in 3 different stints. Lost him on waivers, brought him back a couple of different times. And he's about to pick up his first win of the season and improve to 3-1 lifetime against the Islanders. And in those 4 games that he's played against the Islanders, he's allowed a total of 5 goals.
Well, yeah, I mean, first star tonight for me. I mean, the Islanders had a chance to do enough good things, and with average goaltending, they probably would win the game.
Well, the Islanders start the 25-26 season 0-3 after a 5-2 loss at the hands of the Winnipeg Jets. The silver lining in an 0-3 start is the only other time they've started 0-3. They did make the playoffs back in 06-07, although it took until game 82 and a shootout to do it.
Well, I think there's a bit of a concern, really, in that dressing room, and with Patrick Roy. Certainly, you come out of training camp, you're really optimistic, and you're trying to make sure that you get off to a good start. I mean, I talked to several of the players before the season started, and they all were very, very anxious to start and get off to a good start, Brendan. And now you've dug yourself a bit of a hole. You're trying to find some confidence, some momentum, and the trip doesn't get any easier for the Islanders. They got to play. They got to play, as we mentioned, the Oilers, and then Ottawa's good at home. So, yes, there's a little bit of concern in that dressing room right now.
Islanders Oilers Thursday night on ESPN+. We're back with you Saturday afternoon here on MSGSN. Islanders taking on the Ottawa Senators. Our live coverage will start at 2:30 Eastern with Islanders game night. Puck drop will be at 3 p.m. Saturday afternoon on MSG or stream it on the Gotham Sports app. Coming up next here on MSGSN, it's the Mercedes-Benz Islanders post-game show with Shannon Hogan and Cal Clutterbuck. For scoring, I'm Brendan Burke. Thank you so much for watching. Islanders fall 5-2 to the Winnipeg Jets. The first win of the season will have to wait.
New York Islanders hockey on MSG is presented by Catholic Health. Long live you, and long live Long Island.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Current eligible GMC owners get 0% APR with a total value of over $12,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. That's 20% below MSRP.
Jack Chittarelli protected predators and sex offenders, not your kids. He voted against stopping sex offenders from working teen night events. He's so extreme, Chittarelli was one of just 7 legislators who voted to protect parental rights for rapists. Over and over, Chittarelli voted against protecting children, protecting predators, sex offenders, and rapists instead.
Jack Chittarelli should never be governor of New Jersey.
At Ridgewood, we give you more ways to bank and pay in your neighborhood, from home, or on the move. Tap to pay with your debit card or add it to a mobile wallet to pay with your phone or watch. Send money to friends with Zelle. Earn cash back and more with every debit card purchase. And use online and mobile banking to set custom card controls and real-time alerts. Digital banking is faster, easier, and safer than ever with Ridgewood Savings Bank. Learn more today at ridgewoodbank.com.
Get more of what you want this season during the Kia Fall Savings Event. Like more off-road adventure with the Sorento. Or Telluride. Or more fun zipping around in the Seltos. Or Nero Hybrid. And new Kia vehicles come with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, so you can get more out of every year. During Kia's Fall Savings Event, get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on select 2025 Sorento models.
When you live with diabetes, progress is having your coffee like you like it, without an audience. The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time, so everyone else doesn't have to. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. Confident choices for more control of your life. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us.
Islanders post-game show is brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. A 5-2 loss for the New York Islanders at the hands of Eric Comrie and the Winnipeg Jets. Islanders still looking for that first win of the season. It's not coming this afternoon here for the Kids' Day, much to their disappointment, although I'm pretty sure the amount of ice cream and candy and popcorn that was consumed should hold them until they get home, and maybe parents will put the kids to bed a little bit early tonight. Shannon Hogan, Cal Clutterbuck taking you the rest of the way. You know, Cal, disappointing for this one because there were so many good chances. Yeah, and again, it's the critical errors that become, you know, the backbreaker in this one, and it's the errors that you just can't make if you want to win consistently in the National Hockey League. And unfortunately for the Islanders, we saw it a lot last year, coming into this year hoping that, you know, we wouldn't see the same thing over again. This is really the first one to me that was a critical error game. The other games, the Washington game, I don't think they were prepared to start that game. But even in the Pittsburgh game, you know, you go and give up a breakaway with 5 minutes left, and it costs you a game on the road where you played well enough to win and should have won. And so for the Islanders, if I'm having any discussion, it's just about making sure that they're aware of what situation they're in when they go on the ice and making sure that they're going to go out there and do their jobs properly. And if they can do that and play the same way they did 5-on-5 and even on the power play, you know, they're going to win a lot more. But until they figure that out, they're going to probably have a lot of results like this. Well, got to find that balance. Let's take a look at how this one unfolded. Kicking things off in the first period, Islanders had the jump, but didn't get the results early on, and Morgan Barron getting on the score sheet first for the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, unfortunately here, Alex Romanoff blows the tire. Tony D'Angelo, no stick, but a great play by the Jets and a great play by a fourth-line player, Morgan Barron. This was really the start of the backbreakers for the